Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's got to do something about it. The spike is ticking, but wrap up with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
My eyes are better than yours.
And Harsh answers back onto his own phone as well.
Let's have some fun, yeah?
Up forward with the paranoia in hand, and it's gonna be Hiccup.
You can't catch us.
Corbin answers back onto Harsh being able to take down one.
I'm not just an archer, you know.
One on A long, but Noble is one there.
Watch them run.
Wanting to close it out real quickly. The flash comes through from the side of Sami being able to blind out three.
But Sandy might just take his time, slashing away at the door, and he might just be pulled up upon. There it is, Sammy. But Blackhawk's gonna wrap that up, and that is Noble Esports making their way over to the quarterfinals.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4 powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMT, with ACT as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as the media partner. I'm C. I'm gonna be your host and caster for this series, joined by Aggressive, and you're here on finals Sunday for the lower bracket decided finals between Noble Esports and Reckoning Esports. Both of these teams, they made it to the top 3, now looking to make their mark in the grand finals. Who do you think is gonna get there, Aggressive?
Honestly, these two teams have fought tooth and nail through this entire tournament to get to this stage. Yes, they did beat out Velocity, but Noble, they had a hard run coming forward. They had to climb through all the rankings straight through from the lower brackets. It was a grueling task indeed. But Reckoning, they had a long fight with the side of Velocity, gave them a run for their money, and now are looking for that revenge story. Let's go to the map veto screen while we talk a bit more about this, because Reckoning, they're such an amazing team, but at the same time, when you're facing Noble, that's not what's gonna be getting you through. It's the teamwork, it's the coordination, and it's gonna be the dedication that has to come through for you.
Yeah, for Reckoning is definitely about reaching the potential that we know them to have. We saw glimpses of that yesterday when they faced up against Velocity on the upper bracket finals, and we saw that they're very much a team capable of stepping up and being a part of that top tier in the South Asian community. But for Noble, as you said, it's been a grueling ride through the lower bracket, having to face off against just as many top tier teams and taking them down in what could only be looked at as a battle of just pure emotional and psychological strength. Noble, they've shown their temperament to just be able to hold on and come out on top when necessary, pull out these clutch moments, and have players step up when their life is on the line. And now looking for their spot in the grand final, I'm sure they're very much capable of doing so. Now, going into map 1 on Ascent, I feel like it's going to be all about how a particular team approaches it. For both of these teams, you're not going to see what Velocity like on Ascent, which is the breach. For both of these teams, you're going to see the Raze come out for Hika on the side of Noble and for Razor on this side of Reckoning. I feel like it's going to be all about that Raze, and we'll see if they can step up.
The fact is that Raze, it's not one of my personal favorites when it comes to the map of Ascent, but I've seen teams pick it up, and that is gonna be Reckoning and Noble. These two teams, are the best when it comes to making this raise work. Being Razor, being Hika, these two players love to be aggressive with that raise and take control of sides, take control of corners in a much more proficient manner compared to any other team that I have seen. But at the same time, I want to see a flash coming out on this map. Maybe not going to happen because both teams are notorious for not really running a flash on this map and opting for the much more let's say much more controlled, basically much more aggressive composition, being the Rays, being the Jet, and yes, just as I said, it is going to be both teams having the same exact same composition.
Yeah, it's as we expected. The double duelist composition with the Jet and the Rays, the Omen on either side with the Sova and Cypher to finish it all off. What I'm really curious to see though is how the Rays, the double duelists in the Rays and the Jet match up on either side, because all four of these players in Ayan and Razor for Reckoning and Sai and Hika for the side of Noble, they've known to have their absolutely insane moments. But for Sai and Ayan particularly, both of these players very much prolific oppers. So for each team, their defensive side is very important because the defensive side is where the op gets to shine. So if their team is able to secure a strong advantage on the defensive side, it really just sets them up for little lesser pressure on their attacking side and that freedom to be able to look at the game the way they please. Now starting this game, it's going to be Reckoning Esports on their defense and Noble Esports on the attack. For Reckoning, like, I think this is all about not just proving themselves, but sort of establishing themselves on the scene. They're a much newer team than Noble. Noble, they've lost once in the low bracket decider finals before. They finished in the third position in Series 2, and for them it's all about taking the fact that they took a break in Series 3 to now improve upon a finish in Series 4. We'll see if they can do that. Noble on the attack now, in going to the fast execute down at A, but Rio holding it down with one.
Oh my God!
Ayan with another. This is how you start it off for Reckoning. 4K for Rio. Wow.
Rio, that is just aim laps trading down to the perfection. He was trading hard for this exact moment, and ladies and gentlemen, this is where it's showing. He goes for the flick, he taps one, he taps two, he taps the third, and goes in for the tap and spray on the fourth. He's gonna be able to clean it all up, and Noble Esports, they don't even know what end they're reckoning. They're going out with a bang, and I love the execution that they did, but at the same time, when you have players like Rio just tapping away all day long, that's gonna be real difficult to deal with.
Yeah, with Rio, if the form coming in, you really have to wonder if a Reckoning will be able to just sort of get bored by their loss against Velocity and really just come off better for it. Reckoning definitely looked that place, and now with the buys, they're looking to push it even further. But Noble going for the Eco Rush down into B. They get tagged by the shock darts, but they are able to push into the side, take side control, and now Hika pushing into mid market looking for more. Rexy will get the plant. Noble already doing a decent bit of damage.
Doing a lot of damage for their side already. It's going to be Triss trying to get a kill, but he was not really able to finish off Sai. Sai was going to be able to get away deep into the side. But at the same time, Noble, they're playing it very telegraphed, and three members are extremely low for their side. They need to try and play for the trades as much as possible. They may not win out this round just because of the amount of HP that the players for the side of Noble have. It's going to be very much possible. It's going to be Razor, so after back onto one. Razor with the spray, answers back onto the third. BRP comes in from the back and being able to take out Rexy and Triss. He's able to clean it all up onto Urge, and it's going to be a spike diffuse for the side of Reckoning Esports 2-0 on the scoreline.
Like, diffuse should be able to come through comfortably. 4 seconds left on the clock. And Reckoning played the retake really well, able to secure the round for themselves. For Noble, they will be content given the fact that they got the spike plant, which is an extra 300 credits, and they're also able to get a kill. So now going into the next round, it's about trying to find a way to secure a win for themselves in that buy round, because otherwise the advantage for Reckoning will be too big to be able to pull back. Now Reckoning, they will be going into the next round with 3 Spectres, as you can see. Only a couple of Phantoms coming through. So Noble, they do have that weapons advantage, and I'm curious to see how they use that. They went for the rushes in the first 2 rounds, but in this round, they're just going to step back, go for slow control over multiple angles, and then look to push forward. Now you can see Reckoning, they're going to just look for this mid stack, expecting a mid push, and now Razor with the Boombot looking for more. Will suss it out and look to push even further. The Paranoia has blinded Noble, but he's not able to get the kill. Instead, Triss is able to back him up. Triss with a double. Now Noble looking for more, but it'll be Rio finding the third, and Reckoning coming out huge in this buy round.
This is gonna hurt the entirety of Noble so much, but she has something else to say about it. He has the He has the cyber pages and he's going to be able to establish side control. But on a 2 versus 5 scenario, this is going to be really difficult indeed. He's going to be going in for the plan. The Aldrin does spot out one team. Laser sitting up on that market side, but at the same time in this situation, what can they do? The Aldron is going to be spotting it out, and the spray is going to be going through. Razor, he takes out one, but Hurt, he's going to be able to find another one coming in for the side, and he takes out two, but there's too many bodies to count. It's going to be Triss being able to clean up with his third kill on the board, and Reckoning Esports, they take it to a 3-0, and another eco round coming out from the side of the
important?
The buy round was especially important for Noble to try to pull through, and Reckoning, they're able to predict exactly what Noble likely to do in the buy round. They're like, you know what? We know that you went for the rushes in the first 2 rounds, and you're very unlikely to go for the rush in the third. We know that you're gonna looking to be taking mid control, and we're gonna punish you for that sort of standard playstyle. And Reckoning with that multi-man mid stack, using the paranoia in synergy with their aggressiveness to perfection to be able to pull off that push. In a composition, when you only have that one flash, the paranoia on the Omen, it's especially important that you get max value out of it, and Reckoning are able to show proficiency with the same. You saw for Reckoning, it's actually Rio and Triss leading the charge, so I'm really curious to see how this works out. But now Rio with the Hunter's
Oh my God!
attack so many members and get one kill for himself. The amount of damage he did though is absolutely phenomenal. Noble on their eco round already hurt on all aspects, and now looking to the plant. Should be an easy round for Reckoning.
Easy round indeed. That was such a beautiful play coming up from that side of Rio. That guy, he pulled out the bow and he's going hunting with every single member from the side of Noble Esports in his crosshair range. That was so beautiful, and at the same time, this is why you never funnel into the B main angle when they have a Sova on the enemy team. You need to try and establish some form of mid control. When you're going in for these eco rushes, it's really important to establish that mid control, use all of the dark covers that you have, then push in through the mid together, because the mid is a funnel angle that you can actually catch your opponents off guard when you have those dark covers in place. And Noble, them opting to go for a fast B execute doesn't really work out when they do have that Sova. You know for a fact he does have his Hunter's Fury as well. So trying to brute force your way through that, it's really not going to work out. And Noble, they were on the receiving end of Rio's Fury.
Yeah, Rio with the Hunter's Fury, even though he only got 1 kill, he actually was able to do enough damage for it to, like, in terms of numbers, be as much as like 3 kills. And Rio coming up huge with his first ultimate, giving Reckoning this 4-0 advantage. Now we know for a fact that both of these teams, they do favor defense slightly, and Ion with the operator, he's gonna look for the aggressive peak. Doesn't find a kill just yet because Noble, they're going for that mid catwalk push into A, but Reckoning with the 3-man stack, Reckoning with the mind games now predicting where Noble likely to push. This might be a massacre if Noble just end up walking into their hands. They do just that. It's gonna be Razor finding first blood, Razor with his second, and Reckoning predicting exactly what Noble wanted to do.
Reckoning, the way that they're moving, the way that they're playing, they know exactly where Noble's gonna be going at. It's gonna be Rexy getting that kill on the Razor, but already the boys are gonna be coming in. It's Triss who's spotting out Rexy coming in from the sidelines. Rexy using the chalk rush to try and deal a bit of damage, but at the same time, when you have this much backup on your side, it's not gonna be helping out Ion with only 2 HP. He's gonna be able to survive with his operator, but at the same time, it's gonna be a 5th round on the board for the side of Reckoning Esports. And I understand from the side of Noble what you wanted to do. You wanted to establish the short control, but you know for a fact that you've been doing the same strategy over and over again for the last 4 rounds, and now finally the team is actually going to be understanding that, hey, these guys are smart. They're actually going to be rotating over to that A side. Then with the 3 stack on A, they're able to fully counter any sort of a push that could come out from the side of Noble. This was an expertly played round coming out from the side of Reckoning. And it's just so Reckoning, they're just 2 steps ahead of anything that Noble are bringing down to the table.
Yeah, Reckoning, so far, they've been extremely ahead of Noble in terms of understanding what the strategy is going into a particular round. But Noble now, they're just looking to switch it up, trying to just play a fast, quick playstyle where predictions won't matter as much. They've already taken B control. They're looking to, they take market control now. Sai and Hika, Sai and just looking to spam through those smokes, but now he's with the spike planted. Reckoning they're going to play for the retake. There's going to be Sai playing in the off angle, finding the first kill. Now the Hunter's Fury will come out for Rexy, looking to do some damage of his own. Going to be able to get a tag, but not a kill just yet. Instead, it's going to be Sai picking the second kill. Razor, though, with the combination of the boom bot and the main grenade, will get one return. But now Hika gets one, and so Showstopper out for Razor. Ayan stops him in his slack. This shopper could be huge. Will get one kill. Razor with his third, looking for his fourth. Sami will find one. It's 1v1. Sami versus Ayan. Can Sami clutch through? He cannot. Ayan finds the kill, dashes in, and with barely enough time aggressive, he should be able to get the defuse.
Oh my god, with only 1 second left, he's gonna be able to get that defuse. And that was a beautiful round coming out from the side of Reckoning Esports. First using the paint shells with the boom bot to get that kill on the Rexy. He didn't know what to shoot. He didn't know where to run. He didn't know what to do in that situation. Ayan coming in massive from the side of CT as well to make sure his teammate was clear. And Razor with that pristine precision is able to find another one. And the off angle coming out from the side of Ayan as well with that operator. He's gonna be able to clean it all up. And Reckoning Esports, they look unstoppable in these retake scenarios.
There really is no putting a sort of stop to what Reckoning want to do. They seem to cannot do any wrong. They don't seem to make any mistakes, and they are on fire right now. They want to go back into that rematch with Velocity. They're like, you know what, Velocity, you caught us off guard yesterday. A couple of nerves on our end, a little too much pressure, but now we're used to it. We want to make our way back to the grand finals and take the fight to you. Noble, they need to find some sort of creativity to be able to pull it back, because now it's 6-0. The round and the tempo really is just starting to run away from Noble Esports, because Reckoning Esports, they are on fire. Razor with the 10 kills on form, and the Jigglypuff on his home map just looking extremely strong. For Noble, this is going to be yet another eco round and a small break coming out to really discuss how you can approach this next round and the next stage of the game with that extra creativity. Try to surprise Reckoning on its own turf. Now for me, aggressive, Noble, they really just need to try and step back a little. Try and take mid control, as you said, but not take mid control to try and funnel in onto sites. Rather take mid control to force out rotations from Reckoning, and then use those forced rotations to commit to a particular site. Because where Noble really excel is that when they get tempo, they really start to like just run away with the game. Ayan just fooling around. He's gonna take some fall damage, but that's okay. He's playing the operator. He doesn't really care.
You can see it in his face. He's like, God damn it, what did I just do? 85 HP less. Imagine if he dies for that. Then it's gonna be a really harsh story if he gets one tapped by a phantom. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, I really do agree with you, CA, that they need to try and establish some mid control. But every single time we're seeing them try to go for a fast execute onto A, onto B. But this is their eco round, of course, so let's see what they can do this time around. But with Ayan, he has an operator trained up, and Hirsch, he's probably gonna take that peek, and Hirsch, he's gonna be going down. Ayan with the expert placement, he's gonna be able to survive for just a little longer, but he ran at the wrong side, and he's gonna get caught off guard. It's gonna be Ika getting that first kill, but Razor, he's gonna get answered back on the side. Paranoia does come out, and the fish pain shells as well to try and stop them for just a little while longer. Hika, he tries to push it through the enemy pain shells. He thought that it was his own, but it's not gonna be enough. Sami gets that one time onto BRZ. He's gonna be evening out the flame throw just a little bit more. Scenario, but Sami, he takes so much damage coming out from the shock dart. Rexy, he's just tapping away. He's doing some jiggles. He's trying what he can, but it's not gonna be enough as Trist comes in with a jumping classic to clean it all up. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be 7-0 on the scoreboard for the side of Reckoning Esports.
7-0 for Reckoning. I have to say though, that push from Noble looked much better than their previous pushes. They went to try to go for the coordinated push through the A main and A short angle. But my biggest issue is, why is Harsh peeking when Rexy with the recon drone is already ready to use that recon drone to clear out the site? There really shouldn't be a peek when that recon drone is coming through, knowing that the recon drone is going to give you the information of any opper there or any aggressive peeker from Reckoning Esports. That tiny bit of synergy missing between the players can cost them the entire round, because Reckoning Esports, they're a team that will take the smallest mistake you make and punish you to the max for it. Noble, they need to make sure they do not give up any mistakes whatsoever and try to at least get to the 4-round mark to be able to establish a sound foundation for them to be able to pull it back. Now Noble though, they're once again going for the fast push. They smoked off market and CT angle and now looking to take control of B. But Reckoning, they've shown us how good they are on retake, so Noble needs something different. They're gonna start it off by closing the doors and establishing full control. But Ayan with the Blaze Storm will get one. Hika able to find the return though, but Razor with the showstopper. No, that was Hika with the showstopper will end up missing. Sai will find the Razor. And down with the spike planted, Reckoning at a disadvantage. Noble looking for their first round of this map.
He has 2 HP and Sai coming in. He's gonna be able to find one. Sai with that spray down is gonna be able to tag up Trist with Hika cleaning it all up, leaving Rio in a 1 versus 4 scenario, ladies and gentlemen. This should be an easier round for the side of Noble Esports. Well, let us see what kind of damage Rio can do before he does go down. Not really much, because Harsh coming in from the sidelines of the boathouse. He's gonna be able to clean it all up. And it's gonna be 1 round on the board for the side of Noble Esports. Really well played from the side of Noble to finally understand how Reckoning are actually taking a lot of these fights and winning out on the angles this time around by using off angles instead of the normal conventional peaks to get that 1-up against Reckoning when it came to the post plant.
Yeah, for Noble, the first round picked up is really gonna set the tempo for them, give the confidence to them to try and start pushing back against Reckoning. And it's really important that they do as many rounds as they can on attacking side, because Reckoning getting on attacking side, they will be just as proficient. Noble now, they're once again going for what worked before, going for that deep push, but Sai misses the blades. And Rio able to take him down. Razor with another through the pocket, looking for more. Showstopper will find his double. Rio and Razor massacring Noble in this B side.
They're just running them down. It's like a butcher standing in his shop and he's like, where's the meat, boys? Where's the meat? They're just grinding it all up down to a pulp. And Reckoning Esports, they're gonna be on fire. Sami, the only one remaining for the side of Noble. There's not much that he can do with only 37 HP. He's trying to look to do some damage, but BRZ, he's slowly creeping his way down forward. It's gonna be going in for that spray, and BRZ, he's gonna be getting that kill with just 1 tag to the body. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be another round on the board for the side of Reckoning Esports. And Sai, that 1 Blaze Storm miss is gonna be costing you a lot right there, but at the same time, there's not much that you can do against the powerhouse that is Reckoning as of right now.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel like there is much Noble can do. But I think the biggest issue, and I know we keep saying this, but it really does feel like the biggest issue for Noble is they keep going for these aggressive rushes. And Reckoning, like, they're ready for this. Aggressive rushes, they tend to work when the other team is not ready for it, when they're caught off guard. When you can push that force the aggressiveness really into their face and then catch them off guard. Use the fact that you've caught them off guard to then take side control and establish their advantage for yourself. Reckoning expecting this, they're able to instead throw the force back into Noble's face and completely surprise them. It's gonna be Razor once again picking the first blood. Now Triss playing this extremely well, will use the paranoia to buy him time and the shouted step to just get out of that cubby area. Now, Noble, they have taken mid control with Catwalk and the mid side in itself, and Sai with the operator he's looking. But now, Reckoning, they know exactly where they are, and Triss, he's gonna push back into the Catwalk, take back control, find the double, Triss with the triple, Reckoning with the 3-man advantage.
Triss, he's been feeling it, but he felt it a bit too much, jumping down straight from the heavens above. He wanted to get that kill on Rexy. He wanted that 4K. He wanted to show us the highlight reel, but it's not gonna be happening just yet. So it's gonna be Rexy going in a 1 versus 3 situation. The Owl Drone didn't really spot anything out as of right now, other than 1 member sitting up on that market side, and Rexy, he needs to try and
30
slowly
seconds
back
left.
off, try and save his gun, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be giving him anything. He goes in for that beacon, and then immediately gets caught out by the operator. A beautiful round again coming out from the side of Reckoning, and it seems as though this defense is absolutely indestructible.
Yeah, there is no penetrating Reckoning's fortress that they've established, and it really just isn't even Reckoning playing that extremely cautious playstyle that we've seen from other teams. They're very much willing to take those aggressive duels, to look for their own plays, to look for their own peaks, and then beat Noble on what Noble really have felt comfortable in their previous matches. Now, going into the next round, Noble, they're going to be forced onto a semi-buy situation with 3 Spectres coming out. Ayan with the operator, he's gonna look for the picks, but all of Noble, they're once again going back to what they feel comfortable with, which is the aggressive rush into his side. They've taken control of A side, but Reckoning, they're just like, you know what, that's completely fine with us, we're going to step back and wait. Now, Sami goes down really low with the wall banks, but he's able to find one before he goes down, but with Triss, BRZ, and now Ayan getting a kill each, it's once again Reckoning with a huge advantage. Ayan looks like he's just gonna clean up the squad, make it 10-1 for Reckoning Esports.
Rexy, he tries to go for the last kill on the Triss, but Triss, he does the dance of death on the sidelines. He's gonna be able to dodge the bullets like the Matrix. And that is all that she wrote for the side of Noble Esports. We're gonna be sent to a 10-1 moving into this first map on
Last round
Ascent. And
in
ladies
the
and gentlemen,
match.
it's such a dominant game because Reckoning, they're looking so strong on the last round of this half.
Yeah, the way Reckoning able to just sort of translate and convert the confidence that they've gotten from getting this win streak really just sort of fills me with a lot of excitement for what is to come throughout this day, because right now Reckoning able to do this, I'm sure Noble will come back angrier. If they can at least pick up this one round, this last round, maybe they can try and push back with their same prolificness as Reckoning has on their own defense. We'll have to see. But Noble, they keep running it back, and Reckoning, they keep pushing it back. Once again, the fast execute onto A, and once again, Reckoning destroy them. It's gonna be Reckoning and Tristan BRZ picking up the first 2 kills, and now a 2-man advantage. Noble just stuck in this site with nowhere to go.
Oh, well, they're in such a position that they can't really do much whatsoever. But Sami, he's able to get that one opening kill off, and this is gonna open the floodgates for the entirety of the side of Noble. But at the same time, the amount of damage that is being done with the shock darts, with the paint shells, is just absolutely incredible. Sami, he's at 1 HP. Razor gets that first kill. Razor gets his second, leaving Sami in such a bad scenario with the wallbangs coming out from the side of Rio and Ion. They're able to clean it all up. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be an 11-1 scoreline moving into the next half. Reckoning Esports, they're looking absolutely beautiful, and Razor with that ultimate to clean it all up with that showstopper. They're feeling it all. 17-9 for this Raze. Razor is just going on a tear with every single one of his teammates. Morale is high, the power is high, and the aiming capabilities is even higher than ever.
I mean, he has the most kills, he has the most assists, he's making sure he also has the most deaths in this matchup. Razor doing extremely well for himself. It has a bit of fun. He's like, I'ma just blow up myself up because I am feeling all the hype in my gameplay. 17-9-9. This sort of Raze gameplay is what we expect from Hika. And the fact that it's Razor showing it up against Hika, it just speaks volumes about Razor's capability. Previously known as a Jigglypuff, for his capability to just find those kills through those jiggles. But now he's showing that his kit has got much more than just those jiggles, showing up here on this first map and completely demolishing Noble Esports on this first half. Now going into their defense, Noble, they cannot afford a single mistake. A single mistake, a single round loss will lead to Reckoning picking up match point. So if Noble have any chance of a comeback, they need to start off extremely strong with the pistol round. Now look at the way Reckoning is approaching their own attacking half. Playing it patiently, understanding that given the fact that Noble right now, they're at 11-1 disadvantage, likely to be feeling the pressure and likely to be making aggressive pushes. They waited for those to come, but now they step back. Noble, they push that B-main angle and they're looking for the sprays coming out. It's gonna be Hika with a long-range frenzy kill. That's something we don't get to see a lot. A long-range frenzy kill, well played by Hika.
Hika played that beautifully, getting that first initial kill off, but it seems as though the side has already been stormed into, and Reckoning Esports, them establishing map control was going to be more than enough. But Rexy chimes in from his side. He's going to find one on the Triss. BRZ answers back on the Rexy, but Sami, he's way too quick on the refrag. He finds the second one. Ion's tapping away, but he's not going to be able to get that kill. Then it's going to be Hika coming in from the side again with that frenzy, and Rio with a shock dart is going to be able to clean up Sami with his dying breath. But Noble Esports, them on this defense, it seems as though they have cracked the code. They wanted to play this on the defensive side, and they're probably good looking for a comeback.
Noble Esports able to pick up the first round. As you said, they're looking for that comeback and they're looking strong while doing so. Their discipline that came through from Noble was especially important because Reckoning, they were waiting for the aggressive push down at both A main and B main. So when Noble able to just step back and just wait for Reckoning to then make their push, then go for the aggressive push, they're able to just sort of solidify their advantage, solidify the real estate, and then go for the push onto Reckoning on multiple angles. Now once again, you can see all members of Reckoning, they made a bit of noise down at A. They're looking to now look towards that B main and make some noise as well. Sai, he's taking the outpoint control, picking it up for himself, but does get tagged a little bit. But Hika, knowing where Rio is, able to use his pin grenade to take him down. Buy round for Noble, but he's going to be VRZ picking up the return kill. And now Sai, he has to back right up out of there. Sai, he went for the safe, I assume, to pick up the operator. So it's going to be up to the rest of his teammates to use this advantage. Rexy going to find one, and Ayan caught off guard looking for the gun will be taken down. That should be a comfortable third round for Noble Esports.
This was the equal round for the side of Reckoning Esports, and not really the end of the world. They got like 1 kill, a bit of extra damage done to the side of Noble, so they need to buy some armor. But at the end of it all, it's no harm, no foul, no spike plan to go through. So not really a successful eco round, I would say. Still 11-3 on the scoreboard for the side of Noble Esports. Not really losing any members. Good for the side of Noble. They got those first picks off, and Hika with that paint shells knew exactly where Rio was, throwing it down in that corner behind the hut to get that kill. And that is what she wrote for the side of Noble Esports. Them on this defense, they have completely different strategies, and Reckoning Esports, they're having a hard time adapting to it. Ascent was well known to be much more of an attacker favored map when you have that breach, but them not having a flash capability whatsoever is going to make this attack even more difficult, because against well coordinated defensive teams, it's just one of the hardest maps to push into. But at the same time, it's going to be Reckoning Esports actually making their way through mid onto this B side. There's a heavy stack on this A, and this is a read probably coming out from Sai, but Reckoning, they're playing it smart. They're actually taking mid control to try and execute onto different parts of the site. They already know how to play this map. The trapwire has been found, and an immediate push is coming out straight to the mid, going into B.
Now you see, Noble, the way they're approaching this map could just be disastrous for them. Because Reckoning, they've taken the mid control. They've done the strategy that we asked for Noble time and time again. And Noble, instead, they're taking the short angle control. A-main completely in control of Noble. And now with that recon drone, Rexy gonna spot out all members of Reckoning towards that mid area. Now Sai, he has the Vandal in his hands, and he's waiting down this city angle for someone to come out. We'll spot out the smoke, and we'll get one, and we'll back up right off, throw the smoke to delay a bit further. Sai with the double, looking for the triple, will just have to dash out because he's out of bullets. But Ayan able to push in through garden and find the return kill onto Sai.
Oh
and that
no!
should be a control to be taken by Reckoning, but as
30
you said,
seconds
aggressive.
left.
Oh no, the spike is not there, and BRZ and Trist able to find the kills, so they should be able to pick up the spike. And it's gonna be 2v2, Sami and Hush versus the side of Reckoning in Trist and BRZ. It's the battle of the clones.
Battle of the clones, but I would have loved Trish to go in for a rotation play, just straight up running onto the B side. They don't know
10
where Sami
seconds
is,
left.
and Sami,
One
he's gonna
A
get that
remaining.
off-guard kill on the BRZ,
Spike
leaving
planted.
Triss in a 1 versus 2 scenario. Will he be able to find a Triss? Dude, the jiggle.
player
He's gonna be able to
remaining.
find one. He's looking for one onto Sami. He does have the paranoia in hand. He uses the teleport. He's gonna be forcing Sami to look away, but the paranoia was not used, and Sami with that flick spray, he's gonna be able to clutch it out for his team, taking it to an 11-4.
The faint shrouded step coming out from the side of Trist almost caught Sami off guard, but Sami's like, bro, you're playing the Omen, so am I. I understand what you're likely to do in that situation, able to predict what Trist is thinking is, and able to take him down. Sami in that 1v2 situation, is 2v1 situation, able to pick up both the kills and get the round for Noble Esports. Now, given the fact that this was Noble's buy round, it is especially important because now Reckoning, they're going to be forced onto an eco, and this is how Noble can try to find a way to come back into this matchup. They need to go on that aggressive win streak that Reckoning was able to accumulate, and then look towards a potential like 13-11 or even overtime to then pull it back. For now, Noble, they're going to be happy that they picked up these first 3 rounds, and they have to keep trying to do the same towards the next, and they're doing just that. Rexy with the Hunter's Fury coming up huge, finding the double in combination with Hika's Pain Shield, completely destroying Reckoning Esports.
The good thing about Hunter's Fury and Pain Shells is that when you throw that Pain Shell and the Hunter's Fury is popped, where the hell are you gonna run? You're gonna be running in such a telegraphed manner that when that Pain Shell starts going down on that floor, the damage is being done. You cannot even run away from the Pain Shells or the Hunter's Fury, because if you try to dodge the Pain Shells, you're gonna be hit by either one of these abilities. That is where the coordination is going to be coming in from the side of Hika and Rexy. This team is coming back one after the next, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a short pause coming out. So CA, I'm going to be asking you, Noble, that they're doing really well when it comes to this defensive half, but what can Reckoning do to actually break down the defense that Noble has set up?
I think for Reckoning, it's about playing to Noble's tendencies, to Noble proclivities, understanding that Noble, they're a team that likes to go for that creative push down a particular site and keeping a lurker. For example, in this particular round, if you
Here.
keep a lurker towards A and spot out what Noble likely to do with that A main push, then you can use the knowledge that, hey, multiple members of Noble are over here towards that A main and then go for that fast execute on the opposite side of the map, knowing that Noble will not be able to get there on time, and you can then play on the retake. Where Reckoning really are strong themselves is when they are able to establish those crossfire zones, the kill zones with the synergy coming in for the team. So they just need to find a way to get into a post plan situation, and then they will be able to hold strong. The way they are doing so right now does sort of vibe with what I want them to do. They have 4 members towards that A site and 1 member in Razor with the help of the tripwire lurking towards that B main angle. And if they're able to prevent this aggressive A main push coming out from Noble, they will just be able to take out the A site for themselves.
I completely agree with you on that. And knowing the tendency of Noble really does help as well. They do have the Cypher Cam available to them. They can use that as a defensive body to get this information. But Noble, they're probably going to be able to find the picks up on the Reckoning Esports this time around. They know exactly where they is. But still, it's going to be Ayan coming in with the operator. He does find one. He gets a bit too aggressive right there. Just going to get caught off by the remaining 2 members, but Razor is already making his way through the short angle. He's going to be able to find one, and side control is soon to be established inside of Reckoning Esports.
I know exactly
Sai
where
caught
you are.
in the middle of everyone. Razor will end up taking him down, and Razor with the quick moves from all the way to B main
Spike
onto
planted.
catwalk into the site, able to flank Noble inside Hika and allow his team to take side control. Now 4v2 for Reckoning, but it's gonna be Harsh looking to equalize it even more, makes it 3v2. It's gonna be up to
enemy
Harsh and Rexy,
remaining.
but both of them, their positions are revealed, and BRZ will take them down. The recon drone will reveal Rexy. It'll be Triss screening it up. Match point for Reckoning Esports, and this is the sort of creativity I love to see, because on the instant replay you can see the pace at which Razor moves. As soon as Ayan gets that first blood, they're like go go go, and Razor just starts flanking through that catwalk, completely opened by Noble. They're not protecting that angle. Now for Noble,
That was absolutely beautiful coming out from the side of Razor with those blast packs. He just came in through the mid side, immediately flew right through and into the short side. That was absolutely incredible to watch. We didn't really see that, but that was some cool moves coming out from his side. But Sai, that was where the real danger happens. The danger man has the operator in hand. And this is where it's really gonna be hurting, because Noble Esports are in the do or die situation. This is match point for the side of Reckoning Esports. They have that first man advantage to their side. Noble, they're trying to defend this out, but it seems as though Reckoning,
I
they're
have the
going in
spike.
for a much more of the split push. They want to see what they can find. They're using Razor as the bait to go over to that A side. At the bare minimum, it is gonna be the outrun though. Not really spotting anyone out. BRZ going in through, creeping through that corner. No information has been gathered just yet. But Heka, he's at the off angle. Doesn't really spot out BRZ, and BRZ. He's literally just walking down into the side, and he may just be able to catch one off guard. It's gonna be Razor. He's selling this fake out so well at BRZ. He's gonna get that kill off. Noble, they're gonna be confused on which side to go. And already the spike is already on B, but Razor, he's still holding them down with 24 HP. They need to try and hold them off. Otherwise, this is gonna be a huge plan coming out from him. In the long run, it's gonna be Razor finally going down to the hands of Hirsch. But a lot of time has already been wasted to go into this 3v3 scenario. The door is locked as well. They're wasting so much time, and Noble, they need to execute quickly.
Razor being a thorn in the side of Noble, able to cause a huge distraction, get a kill and delay the retake from Noble for so long. Reckoning using that to their advantage. Chris will pick up the triple kill, and this is what I meant. Like, if you're able to find this sort of creativity, use one player to bait out a particular site and then get into the post plan positions, there really is no ability for Noble, because for Reckoning their strength lies in that coordination. 13-5 in map 1. Reckoning, they've set the mark on how clean you have to be to get to the grand finals, and we'll have to see if Noble can match up to that going into the next. For this map though, it's going to be Razor with that 341 ACS 20 kills to his name. He's gonna pick up that MVP. Beautiful gameplay by Razor on a whole. He could do no wrong this map. Razor, take a bow. Reckoning 13 to 5. I mean, I was expecting a really close match coming into this, and given the fact that how Reckoning able to just sort of play mind games and win those micro duels, come out right on every single aspect of the game, it really just sets the stage for what we can expect from the next two maps. Because Reckoning are like, we lost the upper bracket finals, but we are eager and hungry to get back to it. Noble, are you as hungry? You have to prove it to us now. For now, we're going to look at the Relive the Moment, brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking, and really talk about how Reckoning approaches this match differently to Noble. I think for both of us aggressive, the biggest issue that we had with Noble is that they tried the same thing too many times.
Yes, I really do say that with a grain of salt, you can take it because the way Reckoning played it was so beautiful. They went in for the fakes because Ascent as a map, when you pull off a fake and you enter a site, they need to actually just go in and try to stop you. They don't know exactly where they're going to be going. And BRZ, that amazing disciplined play coming out and the timing from his side as well to dodge out the awaiting arms of Nika was just so good as well. He's gonna be able to get through the entire side, get that off-guard kill. While Razor, he already went into A, got a kill, sat there for like literally forever, caused so much time to be wasted while Hirsch was trying to kill him off, and even Sai as well, who's watching him. He did so much to hold them down that he was being the selfless player. He was playing for his team, and just as you stated before, he made sure that he had the most kills in the game and the most deaths. So that was a beautiful play coming out from the side of Reckoning Esports, going in for that fake. And not a lot of teams do that in general, sending one of their players to their certain death. Razor being an absolute trooper, taking one for the team and taking a win on this map.
Yeah, Reckoning Esports coming out, showing us the creativity that they've got and really the strength in their team coordination. Because while you can send a player for the fake in that regard, it's even more difficult for the people on the other side of the map to be able to execute a proper side take while the fake is happening, because you have to be on point with when the fake is happening and when you're going for the side take. And Reckoning able to do that, able to really just establish their dominance in this matchup all in map 1. Now Noble, we can't count them out just yet. We've already seen them pull off just insane comebacks in particular maps, and we know for a fact that the mental fortitude of this Noble team is very much something to keep an eye out for. So on that note, I'm going to see if Noble can find themselves in this sort of prolific form in map 2, because they need to find that. It's their tournament lives on the line. Now, we're gonna take a small break and come back into map 2 between Reckoning Esports and Noble Esports. And I'm just excited for this entire final Sunday to come through. It's gonna be culminating towards the end of this Series 4. And what a series it has been so far, just ramping up now. For now, make sure that you check out the links in the description below. Series 5 registration now open, so take this chance to get your team together and try to reach the same levels as these professional teams. And to do that, you can also check out the discounts in the description below to pick up the peripherals to play on the same level with the same setups as these pros. For now, we're going to take that small break and we'll be back with you really soon with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4 powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
Keep them cornered.
Yo, we'll spot one out. Not gonna get the kill just yet. He's spraying with.
Get out of my city.
Yes, the pistol up, but Infernal changes up the position.
Let's crack them open.
The momentum shift. Reckoning Esports, they are thriving with it.
Wait until I blind them to strike.
Oh guard from that angle, kept on my cap.
Tear them down.
Razor finds the kill, and that's gonna be a double kill. Gonna go for this push. It could be all over for Atmosphere. If Bones clutches this, it's gonna be one for the books. And there it is, Bones taken down by IQ. Reckoning Esports, they make their way over to the quarterfinals in the upper bracket.
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shivy, he's gotta do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rafa with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4 powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD with Act as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as our media partner. I'm CA, joined by Aggressive, and we're here back for Map 2 in the lower bracket decided finals between Noble Esports and Reckoning Esports. Now, Reckoning, they came out firing in Map 1 and were able to pick up the win 13-5. And I'm curious to see if Noble able to secure the same form and eventually the map in Map 2. Now, Aggressive, before I ask you, let's quickly go onto the map screen. Like, for me, what I wanted to ask you is, what are you expecting coming out from Noble on Haven? They have looked very comfortable on Haven, but they need to try to find some sort of creativity to beat Reckoning, don't you think?
I'm personally, I told you this before as well. I stated it in the previous series, and now I'm going to state it in this series. I don't really like the Rays when it comes to this map. I would prefer to have a double flash agent or a flash and a jet to come in onto this map. Breach as well, not really one of the better picks, I would say, coming out for the map of Haven, even though he is really good. There's a lot of other utilities that you can bring down to the table. The personal favorite that I have is going to be Phoenix. Phoenix, having that curveball to go through the past corners, that is a beautiful flash to work with. Plus, having that Reyna, having two flashers on the map of Haven will allow you to go for a much more of the aggressive playstyle and control the pace of the map in comparison to any other agent. But still, of course, I want to see the Omen coming out Omen coming out instead of a Brimstone. A lot of these teams, I understand that like sometimes they want to pick up the Brimstone when it comes to the map of Haven because of the Molly lineups that are available for the post-launch scenarios in the seaside. But at the same time, the Omen just it's like one of those picks that you want to see come out. But still, the Brimstone is one of the more unique picks, and as you said, Noble, they need that one-up edge going up against Reckoning. So I want to see something interesting come out from them.
I think the one thing we can be sure of is that Hika will be moving on to the Omen. We've seen him pick up the Omen on Haven time and time again, and that's what I'm expecting. I think the only question mark for the side of Noble is whether or not they will be playing the Phoenix or the Reyna. We've seen Sai on the Jet and Sami on the Reyna previously. We've also seen Sai on the Phoenix. For now, it's going to be what we expected: Sai on the Jet, Sami on the Reyna, Hika on the Omen, Hush on the Cypher, and Rexy on his Sova. For the side of Reckoning, they're not going to change much at all. It's just going to be Razor switching onto that Phoenix. And given the explosiveness with which he was able to dominate in Map 1, if he can find the same fire in his belly for Map 2, it might just be over for Noble Esports. But Noble, they are going to start on the defensive side. And if they're able to secure a decent number of rounds on the defensive side, if they're able to secure 5 or 6 rounds, then they would be in a perfect position to continue their form in the attacking side, because Haven generally is considered that a catting favored map. Now, Reckoning, they have everything in their favor. They have their tempo, they have the confidence, and they have the series score in their favor. So for them, this is series point, a chance to push it forward to grand finals. We'll see if they can continue their form right here, right now.
Reckoning Esports, they have the momentum riding in from that last match. 13-5 against a team like Noble caliber. It's just absolutely incredible to work with. But at the same time, Reckoning, this overconfidence may just be your own downfall. But at the same time, them having the attacking round at the very beginning is going to be very beneficial. Again, Noble, they're going to be going in for a very aggressive push with Sami and Sai coming out from that A-long angle and Hika pushing up from the short side. So let us see what they can find this time around. It's going to be Hika going up with that frenzy. Gets a bit of a tag coming in. And it's going to be Sami with the first kill, Sai with the second. But Ion, he has his back immediately on the Sami with his own headshot. He's going to be able to find one. Tapping away. is going to be Sai to try and take this ultimate orb, but at the same time, it is going to be a 1-for-2 trade coming out for the side of Noble Esports. They do have the man advantage in their favor, but this is going to be a fast rotation going on to the C side, and immediately it is going to be Hika actually going in for the peak, and he's going to be able to find Ion at the very last ending of it with his own camera, and this is going to be a post-ban situation, 2 versus 4 for the side of the Esports.
Now, 2-man advantage ready for Noble, and they're gonna wait for all of their members to come through to push through with that advantage. Rio and Tris, they're not able to secure that first plant, and Sai will take down Rio. Tris though will play across the shadows, will find one and get away. But while he tries to ready the paranoia, it's gonna be Hika pushing in aggressively and securing the kill onto Tris. Noble Esports will pick up the pistol round for themselves. Really well played by Noble, going for the aggressive double peek down at Suez, and also at the same time going for the aggressive peek down at A-Long. Sami able to pick up the kill and get the overheal for himself, buying the time for his teammates to come through and really just double through their push right there, secure their advantage at A, forcing Reckoning Esports to then move to C, where Hush able to hold on strong and move the advantage even further for Noble Esports. This is a good step for Noble in the way they're starting the map towards potentially taking us to map 3, but for them to be able to do that, they need to do this back to back, and going into the next round, it will be a perfect situation for them to do just that, with the buys coming through. Now Sai, he will get tagged and throw out his smoke and just back up. For Reckoning, they're going for the eco rush, but Sai holding it down in Suez will get one. Now looking for 2, will not be able to find it. He'll have to dash out, but after the dash, he'll be able to find it. Noble with a 2-man advantage, now 3-man advantage. Massacre by Noble in their buy round.
This was a massacre, but at the same time, this was an eco round for the side of Reckoning Esports. So not really the end of the world, I would say, coming out from them. They got that 1 kill, but the spike plan not coming through is gonna be a bit hurtful. But at the same time, when it comes to these eco rounds, you should always try to go from the garage side, because garage, you have those close quarter fights, you have a higher chance of killing your opponents in comparison to anything else. And knowing the fact that Noble, they don't really have anything to punish you when you're pushing in through these tight corridors, through these narrow sidelines, you can just walk right in with the manpower and you're going to be able to get a 1 kill at the bare minimum, set up into a better one. But it's going to be Sami and Ega pushing it fast through that side. It's going to be sprayed out though. He's able to find 2 with that spray to even things up just a little bit more, but it's not going to be enough, I believe. As Reckoning Esports, they're on the back foot of it all, but it's gonna be BRZ coming in massive from his side, getting that headshot of the Sami with that flick shot. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be BRZ on that lurk, leaving Rio in that C side to take that spike plan. But this is a beautiful play coming out from the side of BRZ. He's still not gonna be going for anything. He jumps over the tripwire, and that is very much possible. No one's gonna be taking the flank route, and he's gonna be able to find 1. And immediately this is gonna be shifting the favors for the side of Reckoning Esports. A beautiful play coming out from the side of BRZ, ladies and gentlemen. And in the post-plan scenario is gonna be the 2 remaining members of Reckoning Esports. Still nothing is being done. Halfway defuse has gone through. Knows for a fact that he's still not done with that defuse just yet. Going for the peak is going to be BRZ. He's going to be able to clean it all up with a well-placed headshot on the Rexy. And a beautiful run coming up from the side of Reckoning Esports. They're able to punish the 2 aggressive pushers coming out from the side of Noble, and at the very end of it all, it's gonna be BRZ with that lurk to get that final remaining kill as well. That was such a well-played round coming out from Reckoning.
With the push coming through for Noble, I honestly thought it was done and dusted in the buy round for Reckoning Esports, but BRZ with those plays coming out huge for Reckoning, securing their advantage and securing really good post-plan positions for them, able to confirm their buy round win. Now Noble, they did not invest much in the last round, so they will be able to get the buys through this round. Sai, he's going to be the sole person not with the buys, instead choosing to play with the Blade Storm to be able to help his team's economy. Now Noble, if they can pull off this round, it will be just as good if they're able to pull off the last round, so they need to come out as strong. But Reckoning, they're pushing in aggressively, looking for that garage control, spamming through that window. They're just gonna have to get tagged and back off though, because Hika able to hold down strong even through the smoke. Now Sai, he's pushing aggressively from A and able to find that first kill onto Ayan. Now he's gonna back right up and secure the advantage for Noble. Reckoning, they need to reposition and reevaluate where they want to go for the push, and Triss, he's trying to do just that with this aggressive push. Now Sami, he throws out the lure but does not go for the push. Perhaps Spidey sense is telling him that someone's there. Hika expecting that push from Triss, able to take him down and secure this 2-man advantage for Noble.
getting that fix up, but Razor, he has something else to say about it. He gets that first kill on the side, but Rexy, he answers back immediately on the Razor, leaving it again to the dynamic duo of Rio and BRZ. But
30 seconds
he's
left.
gonna be able to find Rio with a very fast jiggle kick coming out from him. And he's gonna be able to take that shot, leaving Reckoning in a 2 versus 1 scenario this time around. BRZ getting that headshot kill was just absolutely disgusting. But it's gonna be a double peak closest standoff by the sides of Noble Esports. Both of them just sat there, and BRZ is like, "Oh hello, can I take one of you down?" And then Noble is like, "Nope." And they just sent Reckoning home immediately, taking it to a 3-1 scoreline. It's gonna be the side of Reckoning Esports, and Noble. They're looking really strong when it comes to the map of Haven.
We'll get to see that BRZ kill come out right there. And for Noble, even though BRZ with some disgusting headshots coming up huge in the last 2 rounds, is Noble able to secure their 3rd round for them. And as we said earlier, like it's all about securing a decent advantage in their defensive half to set themselves up beautifully in their attacking half. Now Rexy with the recon drone, he spots out one, goes for the shock dart tag, but Sai on the other side holding down A-Long, already found a double for himself, will secure the orb and will look to push in. Triss will throw out the smokes, but his position might just be revealed here. Sai knows exactly where he's gonna pop up, and Sai will find the triple. Sai is angry with the way the first map went, and so far he seems to be able to channel that anger, really motivate himself, and lead the charge for his team to make the comeback. Noble with a 3-man advantage going into this round, looking to secure their 4th.
Going to close it all down, ladies and gentlemen, but it's gonna be Sami. He has something else to say about it as well. He's gonna get that first kill. He's looking for the second. He goes in for the jump, but it's not gonna be enough as Rio. He takes out Sami, but Rexy coming in from the sidelines to avenge his teammates. They're gonna be taking it to a 4-1, and Noble, this map is gonna be their playground, and they're pushing as hard as they possibly can.
Here.
Noble, like, it really looks like a fire has been lit in them. They're disappointed, I think, in themselves with the way map 1 went, and they're like, guys, we can do much better than that. We have to go out in map 2 and not just show ourselves, but show everyone watching what Noble Esports is capable of. Sai on that jet, 9 and 2 to his name. Sami 5 and 4, both the duelists coming up huge. But it's not just the duelists, it's every single member of Noble able to coordinate together and put Reckoning down, really. Now Reckoning, therefore, they went for the eco last round. They have the buys this round, and they're going to use the buys as well as the run it back to push into side A. Noble, they're able to predict this and moving forward, but Razor with the molly able to force outside. Razor will pick up the double. Razor with the trip.
I know
What
exactly.
a run it back used by Razor. Now the firewall will come out for his healing. Molly as well, and that's Reckoning securing the 3-man advantage and the spike plant. Noble with nowhere to go.
Noble, they're gonna be getting caught out from the sidelines as well. It's gonna be Triss coming in with his hyper aggressive fast peaks to clean up the last 2 remaining members, and Razor. That was a beautiful side take, using that molly to force Sai into a corner. He's gonna be in that panic state and getting that first kill on the Razor. And Sami, he does whiff that one shot, and Razor, he capitalizes on it all. He gets that headshot for himself as well. And Reckoning Esports, they're gonna be back on the board, 4-2 moving forward, and they are still fighting and kicking, ladies and gentlemen. And Triss coming in with a huge flank as well to clean up the stragglers. A flawless round victory for the side of Reckoning Esports.
That run it back is the reason Phoenix is so favored on Haven, because his ability to clear out a particular side can come up huge. But now Noble, they're annoyed and they're going for the aggressive C-long push. Triss, he's just holding on and trying to delay as much as possible. And Rio with the Hunter's Fury trying to push forward. Not able to find any tags or kills. It's gonna be Sami instead finding first blood. But Razor instantly able to take the garage control and answer back onto Rexy. 4v4 on the map as Reckoning. Now that they've taken control of the entire garage and mid area, looking to push onto B side and get the plant through. All of Noble stuck in the C side, but they're able to take down Razor and clear out the side. Now they have to go for the retake onto B. Now B, knowingly, is one of the hardest sites to defend for Reckoning. So this is going to be a task, especially considering that they're 1 man down.
I really do not like the post-plant situation coming up from the side of Reckoning Esports. It's going to be really dangerous. BRZ playing it smart. He's going in for the lurk. He finds out the lurker coming up from the side, and Rio gets one on the Hirsch as well, coming in from the back end of CT. And it's going to be leaving Sai and Hika to go into this 1 3 versus 2 both considering the dark covers do come out, and Sai straight through the smoke. He's able to find one onto Ion with a well-placed headshot, but no spike defuse is gonna be coming out just yet. It's gonna be RZ from the back end. He's gonna be able to find one, but Sai, he only has 12 HP remaining. And Rex and Rio knows exactly where he is, but there's not gonna be enough time to go in for the defuse. And the spike is about to go boom. Reckoning Esports taking it to a 4-3 scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. They're looking so strong and so potent already.
The reason the B site is one of the hardest sites to be able to defend after in a post-spawn situation is because of the lack of space within the site to find proper post-spawn positions. Reckoning circumvent this entire issue by pushing out aggressively into the angles that they know to be cleared. BRZ, especially with this positioning, knowing that there's likely a wraparound flank coming in from the CT angle, positioning himself towards that mid area, securing that kill onto Sami, and Rio and Triss able to secure a link, meaning that even though Noble able to push into site, they don't really have control of the site, and it's Reckoning taking the round for themselves. BRZ once again gonna take down Sai and secure this advantage for Reckoning. Eco round for Noble, a chance for Reckoning to make it even, and they're looking to do just that with this deep push coming through. Now the Hunter's Fury will come out from Rexy, and he'll tag multiple members. The running back also stopped in its tracks, and Rexy with the kill, able to just prevent the C push from Reckoning, but they will still go.
One enemy remaining.
They're gonna be going for it, but Rexy, he has the spray.
C coming up huge in that round for Noble Esports. With the Hunter's Fury, he's like, you walked into my trap in C long, able to secure that first kill, and then able to pick up 3 more with his Phantom. Rexy securing a round that really shouldn't have gone to Noble Esports, but the fact that it does means that Noble Esports are now with a 2-man advantage. Rexy, that's how you play that Sova, that's how you play that initiator on defense, making sure that the other team not able to penetrate an angle which is perfectly suited in its long regard to the Hunter's Fury. Now with the recon drone, he's gonna look for more, and he's gonna spot out Drifts right there, hit him and get his information. But for the side of Reckoning, they're once again going for that mid control, looking to take control of that B side. But Noble, they went for that E-main push and they're able to get the first kill. Now they have to make their way to B again. Razor able to take down Rexy and take control of that garage area. But Sai and the rest of the team coming back will find the return kills. 3v3 on the map, but Spike getting this from.
Here it's gonna be dropped, and it's gonna be Iron getting that first kill. Iron gets the 4th as well with those knives coming out from the sidelines. I wish I was able to see that. Iron, this man is on fire. You know, on times where Reckoning Esports, they just absolutely pop off, Ion just enters his god mode. He just literally starts up his word.exe and he's like click head, and I get a 4K. That is basically what Ion can do, ladies and gentlemen. He is giving us a showing. He's bringing his A game down to this matchup because he wants his revenge story. We all want that revenge story. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because Reckoning Esports, they're going to be showing us a revenge story to remember, and it's going to be Sai already going down to 6 HP, but Rexy, he's going to be able to answer back onto Triss, getting that first kill off immediately, but still, it is going to be the side of Noble Esports taking a good bit of damage coming on the side. He basically has nothing to work with, and he needs to play it very defensively, play for the trades, set up his teammates as much as possible. But on a 5-4 scoreline, Reckoning, they're starting to push up through this A main side and the A short side. Rio, he does have the recon bolt available. He's going to be using it and opting it real soon. But Hirsch, he's already in position. He's going to be holding it down. But Sabi, he finds one. But Razor, he finds 2 from the sidelines. Iron gets another one onto Hirsch. And the A side control has already been established by the entirety of Reckoning Esports.
Force on to yet another eco for them. It's all about trying to get their damage, and they have got a significant bit of damage through. It's 2v3 on the map, and they're going for the retake with their sheriffs. Ion able to mow down Rexy though. Hika instantly there to find the return kill, makes it 1v2. Hika has the Spectre. Can he find the kill? No, he cannot, because Razor with his triple baby able to secure the 5v5 score for Reckoning Esports. Even Stevens on the scoreline, and even though Reckoning doing really well to pick up that round, going for that A-side rush, it's Noble, I think, who will be relatively happy with the way the first half has gone so far. We talked about earlier in the first half about how Noble will be content if they can find an even scoreline going into the second half, because Noble not only is Haven an attacker's favorite map, but Noble a team that does enjoy playing that aggressive playstyle. So if Noble can make it 6-6, it will be even better for them. It's going to be up to Reckoning Esports to continue their tempo, make it 7-5. Ayan doing just that, picking up that attacking sided operator, showing them how it's done, will secure the first blood and the one-man advantage for Reckoning Esports. Now Reckoning, they're going to look to use the pressure created by Ayan to now slowly rotate towards A and push in. But you can see the way Harsh has positioned his utility. He's ready for a very safe defense, using the camera to clear out the A long and the Suez angle, and then using the trap fire to be able to prevent that A long push. It's going to be up to Harsh to hold on in this defense.
Hirsch, he's gonna get executed on real quickly, but he's holding from a very defensive position, and he's gonna be able to survive. And that is a beautiful camera placement from the side of Hirsch as well, setting up on that tricky line. No one's gonna be spotting it out whatsoever, but side control still being established by the side of Reckoning Esports, and Spike is just about to go down. The Sova is still alive for the side of Noble Esports, so there's still a chance to go in for this retake scenario in a very beautiful manner. The Paranoia has been used, and Ion, he gets his first pick on the first. BRZ gets one, BRZ gets two, and Triss gets a third. It's a flawless round coming out from the side of Reckoning Esports, and beautiful both plants position hold as well. Them holding down all of these different angles was just so incredible. And from the side of Noble Esports, they're all funneled in through one side, being that CT angle. BRZ took the peak, Razor took the peak. Razor had the flash ready. He put out the flash as soon as he heard any form of footsteps. Paranoia came out from the side. It wasn't Razor. It was the Paranoia coming out from Triss to set up his entire teammates with that one flash. That was just absolutely beautiful. BRZ taking that peak from under heaven, and then one coming out from the D-box as well. It was just an utter spray down, and Noble, they were on the receiving end of all of the bullets of Reckoning Esports.
For me, it's honestly Ayan giving me the heebie-jeebies with his operator coming out so huge for Reckoning. But now, Noble, they're going for the aggressive push. Sami is going to find the first kill, but Triss able to find the return, and Triss going to use the Omen ultimates from the shadows to go in behind all of Noble. But Harsh, he's like, I know what you're going to do.
I know
Finds the kill onto
exactly where
Triss,
you
and now
are.
he's like, I knew what you were going to do. Now I know exactly where you are. Finds the neural tap for Noble Esports and the 4v3 advantage. Rio, he's going to pull out his own ultimate, find the double tag. Will not be able to find the kill just yet. Able to thread the needle. Hika finds the kill onto Razor, and Ayan able to find the return onto Hika to keep the advantage for Noble Esports. Now Ayan has his Blade Storm out, and they have the spike, and they're going towards A, but Sami and Harsh, they're waiting right here. They're going to catch them out if they go for the peak. They're not going to go for every side pick. Ayan with the aggressive attack will find Sami. Harsh though playing it in the corner, able to find the triple and secure the round for Noble Esports.
Switching sides.
6 is gonna be the scoreline right now, ladies and gentlemen. And Noble and Reckoning, they're fighting tooth and nail in this map. This just goes to show that the speciality that Noble has when it comes to this map, and they're not gonna be dropping maps whatsoever to the side of Reckoning. This time around though, this was a beautifully played round coming up from the side of Reckoning, coming up from the side of Noble, sorry. They took that mid push, they took the initiative, they took the fight straight to Reckoning, because they haven't done it in the previous rounds, and this was just unfortunate coming out from the side of Hika, but still, Hika being able to get that one kill at the bare minimum before he went down to Ayan's operator was just... It was just the saving grace that they needed coming out from this round, because Ayan, him getting that kill on the Sami, he could have easily translated that into another kill if Razor was still alive in that situation. But that really did give them the advantage. But it's gonna be another spray out coming in for the garage side, and it's gonna be a bloodbath. Razor, he's gonna be able to find 3, and Hika gets headshot immediately from long range. Razor, he does the tap, he does the spray, and he's looking out for that. He's probably gonna be able to find it, but Hika, he's gonna deny him the ace. 13 HP remaining, and a nice kill coming up from the side of Triss. They're throwing this round just a tiny little bit, and Triss is like, why did you deny him the ace? Why did you do it? I have a knife. I'm gonna answer back with my own calling. But the calling was not enough. As ladies and gentlemen, Reckoning, they just do the spray mode out to take Noble Esports out with a beautiful read coming in for 2 members sitting on the garage side, and 2 more members sitting inside of C. They were able to get the perfect read off against the side of Noble Esports.
And this is why Reckoning, they look so strong against Noble in map 1. It was because of their predictions coming out into what Noble wanted to do on their attacking half. And it looks like those predictions, they are not going to stop in this half itself. Noble, they need to find some creative push, and now in the eco round, they're going for the beast side rush, but it's going to be BRZ finding the first kill. Sai able to find the return. The shock darts coming out to deny the plants, but the plants will go down nevertheless. Chris has pushed in though, able to find the double, but Rexy able to return the kill onto Tris, meaning Noble, they found 2 guns down already. We'll have to see if they can find more. Hika will find 1, but Reckoning in Rio and Razor able to secure the last kills and now secure the round. Still, for Noble, Spike planted, 3 kills, got 3 guns down. That's a decent eco round.
It's a well played eco round coming out from their side. Them able to survive for just a little while longer, do a little bit of damage for the side, and then clean it all up as well. It is gonna be a good round for the side of Reckoning though, because they were able to hold strong and they got the spike plan down. So it does work out in their favor. Still, it is gonna be Reckoning Esports cleaning it all up at the end of it all. So let us see what we can see coming out from the side of Noble. This is gonna be the buy round for their side, but still Ion is actually picking up that operator early, straight up into the second round after the first half. So will he be able to find the pickoff? He's not gonna be able to, as the counter strafe really didn't work out in his favor. The inaccuracy was working off against him. Sai, he's gonna be able to live to see another day. He literally saw death stare him in the face, but that he missed his bullet. He whiffed it just a little too early. That's what happens when you get a bit too excited when you go in for a lot of these pieces. You're gonna be finding one, but Ion is not gonna be missing his second. He does spot out Rio though. He does spot out Rexy though, coming out from the middle side. So let us see what they can find. But Trist, he literally dodges out of the bay last second. He didn't spot him out, and he's gonna be able to survive to live to tell a tale for another day. But already he's got a Nourish going in for the flank. Ion going in for the fast peek with that operator. No pushes yet to be coming out from their side. Not really going in for the smoke as well. It's going to be Razor with that first peek. Iron holding it down with the operator. He's going to be able to take out Rexy. Tris and Hika, they're going to be going for the 1v1, but Tris with that vector, he has one more on the fire, and he's going to be able to find one. Tris finds 2, and BRZ cleaning it up at the very end of it all. And it's gonna be another spike defuse coming out from the side of Reckoning Esports, taking it to a 6 and 9. And again, we're seeing a very dominant defense coming out from them.
I absolutely love the way Noble took mid control, but I completely hate the way the decision they make to get the spike planted in B, because for them this is their buy round. They have the Phantoms and the Vandals, and the Phantoms and the Vandals don't excel at short range combat. I mean, they're just as good, but what they really excel at as compared to a Spectre is that long range combat. Going for the B plant, meaning Trist with the Spectre, he's able to come into his own comfort battle zone and able to find the kills, secure the entry for Ion's operator, and finish off the round for Reckoning Esports. I think once you take mid control in your buy round, you should be looking for the funnel into either A site or C site, using the links to both the sides. And Noble, instead choosing to go for the plant, perhaps buying down under pressure, will end up losing this buy round and put themselves in a difficult position. Now, we've seen time and time again for Noble, thrifty rounds, so you can't count them out just yet. We know what they're capable of, and we'll have to see if they can pull it off in this round. Now, actually, Noble, they're going to be able to afford the full buys in this round with the 3-loss win streak money coming in. So they need to try and pull back this round. Otherwise, the eco definitely going to hurt for Noble. And now they're going for that mid control with Sami lurking down in Garage. Has pushed himself into Garage, but it'll be Tris fighting the flick onto Sami with after throwing out the smoke. Tris coming out huge to secure that first blood for Reckoning. And now Noble forced to reevaluate their position, reevaluate their approach. They're going to leave mid completely and go for the A-side push with the Dark Tower coming down into heaven. It's going to be a fast execute, but Razor is waiting right here. The running back is going to be popped on. This is going to be hurting Razor a lot. Kashash able to take him down. And now Noble with side control will get the spike planted. Rio will have to back up and wait for his teammates to come back for the retake.
Chris, though, with his last dying breath, is going to be able to avenge his teammates for just a little while longer. But Rexy, he takes a good amount of damage coming out from the shock rods, but the post-plant positions coming out from the side of Noble are going to be extremely powerful. And Ion, he only has that one operator to make things work, doesn't yet get spotted out by the recon bolt. They don't know exactly where he is as of right now, but still a lot of damage is to be done. The Dark Tower is already going to be coming through. It's going to be Sai going in for the very fast peek on the Rio, being able to clean it all up. And Ion, he needs to try and tank for a save. He's going to be able to find one on the side. He's looking for one on the Rexy, goes in for the jiggle, and it's going to be Rexy coming out on top on that engagement. And that was a beautiful round played by the side of Noble to take it back to a 7 and 9.
Noble able to come out huge this round, and they needed this because they went for the buys with the light shields. If they lose this round, they would put themselves in a situation where there might be no coming back. Noble able to do, even though they lose the first man in Sami towards Garage, with the 4v5 disadvantage, still able to push into A site, take down Razor, and deny his run it back utility, making sure that not only do they win the round, but also deny their ultimate utility to give themselves the advantage in terms of having those ultimates. Now, for Reckoning, given the fact that they won the first lead, they still be able to afford full buys, and you can see the operator once again come out for Ion. Hunter's Fury from Rexy will not find any damage, but it will cause a lot of pressure towards B and force Reckoning to look towards that direction. Noble looking to use that pressure to now force into A side. The ultimate coming out for Hika. He's gonna rotate, make his way into the Hell area, and now all of Noble's safe side control. Ion gonna be denied his angle with the Cypher Cage. And for BRZ though, waiting in the sewers with his Bucky, will take down Hush and be able to pick up a gun for themselves. Noble can get sight and the spike plant, but they have a man disadvantage.
That was a beautiful recon dart setup coming out from that side of Rio, but BRZ, he's on a tear! He has a 4K, he's looking for an ace, but Sai, he does have that operator. The spike is just about to get diffused, ladies and gentlemen, and Sai, he's gonna be playing it smart, he's gonna be playing it slow. BRZ, he wants that ace so badly, he goes in for the peak, but Sai, he's way too quick with that operator, does a quick readjustment, sends him back up, and be like, I understand you want that ace, but I don't want to lose this operator, so I'm gonna be taking you down. That was a beautiful play coming out from the side of Reckoning Esports, setting up BRZ for all of these kills with that one recon bolt. You can ask for a better and more loving teammate than Riona, can you see it?
I mean, BRZ, his position comes up huge this round, and that has been something you have to watch out for, because I feel like players like BRZ, they don't get as much attention as compared to the duelists, and for them, what really comes out on top is their game sense and their positioning. Throughout this map, BRZ has shown an ability to understand where the opposition team likely to come through and understand where they're not going to expect him to be, able to continuously surprise Noble Esports with his positioning. BRZ completely decimates Noble Esports and secures the double digits 10 rounds for Reckoning Esports. Now Noble, they pulled off a really insane round when they were in their back, when their back turned against the wall, and I'm looking to them to do that again. But once again, they're going for the A rush, and now Reckoning predicting it coming for the retakes. It's going to be BRZ holding it down from heaven though. He has been smoked out. Sai will miss all of his blade storm, and it's going to be up to him to hold with his operator. Now all 5 members alive on either side. It's going to be Hika finding the first blood, and Rexy finding the plant. Razor will be taken down by Sai, but Ion jumping down finds a double. Rexy will return the kill onto Ion, and it will still be man advantage for Noble Esports. Noble looking to secure this round and make it a 2-round disadvantage for them.
A 2-round disadvantage, and Reckoning Esports though, they still do have BRZ on this operator. This is very much possible for him to clutch out, but he needs to try and find someone in the very middle of the side. He's posted up, but BRZ, he's way too quick with his own shot. He's going to be able to find one. He's trying to take this operator for as long as he can. He goes in for the repeat and a quick scope. He's going to be able to find it, but at the same time, does he have enough time? He's not going to have enough to go in for the spike defuse. He needs to take the operator and make a run for it. He does get that save, and he takes 2 guns away from the side of Noble Esports, just hurting the economy a little bit more. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be another round on the board for the side of Noble Esports. They're taking it back 1 for 1, round for round. They're going back and forth, but they need to make a very dominant performance, because look at it like this. Reckoning, they only need 2 more rounds to go into match point, and still Noble, they need 2 more rounds to go into a even Steven scoreline.
Yeah, definitely. But the one thing that we know about Noble, the one thing that we can count on for this team that is Noble Esports is their mental fortitude. They've gone through a 34-round overtime. They know exactly what it takes to drag a match out and make sure they're on the winning side. Noble now looking for the C-long push. They went A a couple times and they're looking to switch it up, go for that C side. They're able to instantly take side control. It's going to be Sai finding the first kill. And this is what I wanted to say. Noble, where they really thrive, it feels like it's chaos. When they're able to create just complete chaos, create a mess of a proper order, that's when they're able to utilize their skills to the max and win the round for themselves. Noble now with Sai securing the first blood, looking to now secure the 9th round and put themselves closer to Reckoning Esports. Hunter's Fury for Rio will tag out one and will get the kill onto Hika, make it 4v4, and Ion with his operator makes it 4v3. Now in goes Reckoning on their retake.
Reckoning already, them having those two members for their side. It's gonna be Rexy. He needs to try to take this peak. He doesn't know where the spike is, but Sabi, he's gonna be able to find one. Sabi, he finds two, but Razor, he's able to find another. It's gonna be Rexy and Sabi with the spray down. They find it all. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where you don't really play for those situations. You gotta be careful how you play it. That was such a beautiful round coming in from the side of Reckoning, but that small misplay is gonna cost you all of those rounds. 9 and 10 on the scoreboard, and this post plan was so beautifully played from the side of from the side of Noble Esports. Sami with that spray down, he does find so much value. And ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be it. Taking it to a 9 and 10 is gonna be Noble Esports. He has a fighting spirit moving forward.
I feel like I'm gonna nitpick a little bit here, but that's the second time Ayan caught off with him trying to switch weapons, and I feel like he has to just keep an eye out for that a little more. Just trying to get a new weapon, he gets caught off guard multiple times. But now Ayan and Razor, both the duelists, going for the aggressive push in their eco round, caught out by Hika, and that will be Noble realizing that, hey, two people dead at A side, that A side completely open. We're gonna take advantage of that and push in. Eco round for Reckoning, and it looks like Noble will look to push in for Even Stevens on the scoreline. Now BRZ, he's been phenomenal this map, and he's going to be able to find the first kill. Finds the information about Noble Esports, knows exactly where they are, and will now look to use that information to push in. But Sai, Hika, and Rexy will find the kills, and that's 10-10 on the scoreline. Please take us to overtime, y'all.
This may just happen, and this could be just one of those overtime games, but at the same time, Noble, they have the fighting spirit. Remember what I told you when it comes to these two teams and to the map of Haven? Noble, they do have that greater advantage because of they love playing on this map. This is the map where they're going to be feeling the most comfortable because of the hyper aggressive plays that they can make and get away with it. And Reckoning, they're trying to answer back with their own aggression, but at the same time, Noble, they're adapting on the fly. They're playing it slow and waiting for Reckoning to get frustrated and push into them. And every single time that they do it, they're getting punished for it. So I want to see something come out from Reckoning that would be very different, very defensive in manner, so they can actually cut off these aggressive plays. Because from the side of Noble, we have seen them go for really aggressive plays when it came to the last map on Ascent, and this time around we're seeing the similar type of aggressive plays, but much more not in a chaotic manner, but much more in the systematic manner, and that is where they're coming out on top in this engagement. We didn't see this Noble in the first map, but I'm really happy to see them on this map. But CA, have you noticed something? They all have their ultimates present from the side of Noble.
Yeah, and that's why I think I completely agree, because for Reckoning, it's for the approach that I think that they need to have is what really makes them strong, is their systematic approach to a particular round. That systematic approach only possible when you don't go for the aggressive duels versus Noble, because Noble, they thrive in chaos. They want you to try and make those RNG plays, those not 100% plays, and that's where they're at their best. Ayan, he's trying to hold down mid, but will miss his first shot, and Noble will take instant control of the side and get the spike planted. This could be costly though, because Razor with his running back pushing in, but Sami able to take him down and deny the running back, keeping it 5v5 on the map. Now Reckoning is going to be up to them, because this is their buy round. They went for the eco to push in, and Rio doing really well to find the first kill on his side, securing the advantage for Reckoning Esports. The ultimate is pop for Sami though. If he can just get one kill, he will be able to find the resets back to back. Hika getting ready with his own ultimate, will look to find information, but Razor able to push in and find the second kill. Hunter's Fury coming out from Rex either to deny the spike plant, but Rio going up to defuse, and Rio denied the defuse in the last second. BRZ denied as well. What a round for Noble Esports. Oh my god, that was so close. Rio denied the defuse in the last few milliseconds to secure the lead for Noble. Oh my god, what just happened?
Rexy, that was absolutely beautiful coming out from this mad lad, and every single one of the teammates as well, they converged on it perfectly. This is the power of the ultimates that we have in Valorant. When used in conjunction, when used to such perfection, they are just so beautiful indeed. First of all, this was something incredible that I need to explain. Rexy used that ultimate, and first, immediately we saw him last sitting outside of garage. He went in for the fast push straight to the garage side, using the ultimate's noise, using the noise from the Hunter's Fury take to his advantage to go in for a really fast push so that no one would hear his footsteps. And immediately went in for the flank, and he was able to kill off two while Rexy was able to force off that spike diffuse at the bare minimum. They were able to clean it all up immediately from the side of Noble, from the side of Reckoning Esports. And Noble, they came out on top on that engagement. But this time around, this is going to be an 11-5 scoreline coming out from the side of Noble. So let us see what they're bringing down to the table this time, because we're seeing a really heavy stack onto this mid side into the waiting arms of Razor.
I mean, the Hunter's Fury finding the spike diffuser in the last few milliseconds. We don't know exactly how much was left, but we do know it was really close. I would say about 5% of the diffuse left. Just half a second later, if it had come through, that would have been Reckoning securing the round and Reckoning taking the lead. But instead, the Hunter's Fury coming up clutch for Noble Esports, able to secure the round and
30
the lead for
seconds
themselves.
left.
Noble fighting hard for their life in the tournament. It's going to be up to Reckoning to make sure that they don't give up. Now, Reckoning, they're doing exactly what we
planted.
wanted from them, aggressive. They're playing it safe, willing to give up sight, waiting for all their teammates to come through and then play for the retake. Razor, he's going to find himself in this Healong position, likely able to find multiple people if he's able to use the flash. Razor waiting, though, for the dark covers to come through, for the distraction to be made for his team before he pushes in. Now, he will use the flash and push in, will flash out Hush, will get that kill onto Hush, but Sami able to take him down,
One
and
enemy
Sai
remaining.
does end up going down. Noble should be able to secure match point here.
They should be able to. That was a beautifully played round coming up from the side of Razor, but still the people inside were not able to execute. That's quick enough, because ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one of those dangerous rounds. Razor, he's going to be able to pick up that operator, hold on to it for just a little while longer, but at the same time, the cavalry is going to be coming in immediately from the back end. Razor, he's none the wiser, and he's going to get caught off guard by the people coming straight
Match
to garage
point.
to clean him up. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be match point for the side of Noble Esports. They're looking to take us to a map number 3.
Noble Esports securing match point, and this is why I was saying that if Noble able to find an even scoreline in the first half, going into the attacking half, they really are able to come into their own. It feels like Noble able to get back their confidence, but we can't count out Reckoning just yet, because they are the team with the series lead in this matchup. They are the team that has shown us time and time again that they have the players that can just come up huge at any moment and single-handedly flip the script for their team. So we'll have to see if Reckoning able to push us to match point in these next few rounds, or if Noble able to secure the round win. Honestly, with the way this match has gone, I'm just excited for more action coming through, because both of these teams, they've shown us that they are the absolute best in their gameplay. They are the absolute best when it comes to their art and their skill, and this is the reason why they are in the top 3 teams among more than 200 teams in this tournament. Both of these teams deserve our respect, and rightfully so, because they are teams with players at the very top level. But now Noble, they have the full buys for themselves, and they're playing very, very patiently, waiting for Reckoning to make a misstep to push in aggressively. But Reckoning with their own discipline, not going to do any of that. Instead, Noble with the A-Link and stealing smoke, going to secure B-side and go for the plant.
Plant has already been set up, and they're going to be moving down into their post-plant scenarios. And this is the beautiful post-plant scenario. It's going to be Sai getting that first kill onto BRZ with that judge. He's just waiting it out. He has a beautiful splash, but it's not going to be enough as the spray down comes in from the entirety of the Noble army. And he's going in for the second flash down bottom. He does get caught out, and it's going to be Razor getting that first kill, but Ega answers back with his own. Trist is going to be able to get that strike, giving up the scoreline just a little bit more, but already the defuse is going to be coming through from the back end. He's just holding him down, and a beautiful clutch round coming up from the side of Rio. He's just holding down that fort with that smoke coming out from Ayan with his last dying breath. Ayan told him, boy, you gotta do this. You gotta take it for the team. Clench your butt cheeks and just hold down that defuse button, and he's gonna be able to do it all, sending Reckoning down to a 12 and 11, and with the last dying breath and the fighting spirit that Reckoning have inside of them, they are taking us to overtime, hopefully with one more round remaining.
Honestly, like, for Rio to be able to do that at match point, that requires some temperament, some just belief in himself. He's like, I got this, do not think about anything else. Rio, like, the way he's able to stick to that diffuse, it shows that confidence in his play, in that call to go for the diffuse that I love to see for Reckoning Esports. Because for this team, it's all about their coordination. It's all about the synergy between all of these, like prodigies, one might say, because they're the players coming into the scene, breaking into the scene, and establishing their name for themselves. Reckoning able to now push us to 12-11. This round might take us to overtime or might take us to map 3. We'll have to see. For now though, given the fact that most members of Reckoning did end up dying, they're still at a disadvantage of sorts with their weapons. We'll take a quick look at the scorecards, see the kills for all the players. 21 kills for Sai coming up huge, 20 kills for Rexy, and 19 for Hika, meaning that their teammates not too far behind. For the side of Reckoning, it's Razor and BRZ leading the charge with 20 and 19. Ion not too far behind with 16. Tris 13 and 10 not too far behind themselves. Now, Noble, they have the weapons advantage. They have the opportunity to close off this map and take the round for themselves. And they have the freedom in their hands, given the fact that they are on the attacking side, to decide where they want to make the push. Reckoning, what they have though is they have the momentum and the fire coming through from Rio's clutch in the last round to pull it back, and we have to see they can do that.
Oh my god, Rio
with the Hunter's Fury will tag one, but Rasai will dash away on time. Barely misses his third tag though, and that will mean Noble, not any man lost, but Razor, look at this flank. He's pushing through windows. If he just goes in for the peak now, he will be able to find him out. But Sai is waiting. Sai looking. Sai will miss a shot. And Razor pushing in aggressively now. But it'll be Hika and Sami instead pushing into the side and finding the first kills. Razor will be able to take down Sai.
Oh my god,
and
Razor!
White carrier down.
Razor, an absolutely beautiful tag like this man. He finds one, he finds two, and he's keeping it all alive for the entirety of Reckoning Esports. No flashes left for the side of Sami. Razor throws in the hot hands. He's gonna be burning them down to a crisp. The peaks are gonna be coming through, but Tris, the backup is already here. They're gonna be in the grinder. Noble Esports, they have nowhere to go. 3 angry members of the side of Reckoning. They're holding them down straight through the smoke. He's gonna be able to get out by the hands of his buddy, but at the same time, the plan is going to be going down on the A side, and seemingly Reckoning Esports, they're going for the fast wraparound. But where are they going? I think they thought that this plan was going to be on C. They didn't know it was going to be going on to A. And this may just hurt them a lot because time is going to be wasted. But still, it's going to be Ion and Tris moving up forward with Ika. He's holding down that angle. He finds one. He's trying to find the second. Tris, if he doesn't find this fight, it's going to be hurting him the most. And the Paranoid does come out. And Tris, he comes out on top with that engagement. But still, it's going to be Razor coming in with the clutch. He's able to clean up Hirsch, and the spike diffuse is going to be going through it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving into overtime. And Tris, he's showing his money that, yeah, boy, we did this, boy. We got this. Even with our worst guns, we have it all in the bag.
Switching sides.
Razor
Overtime.
with that aggressive push, I have to say that Reckoning Esports, they find these gambles at times that could be really risky because you're at match point, right? If Razor in his window push was caught out, that could be the end of Reckoning Esports in this round. But he's like, I know when I'm making a gamble, I understand the risk I'm taking, and I understand that I'm taking this risk on the basis of the fact that I don't think Noble will be checking that back. Razor with that flank, able to take down Sai and Rexy, denied that spike for so long, and then with his hot hands, able to take down the health of both Sami and Harsh down to a crisp. Razor coming up huge for Reckoning that round, and then with the help of his teammates, able to now push us to overtime. We'll have to see if Reckoning can make this a 2-0 and confirm their place in the grand finals, or if Noble will take us to map 3. For now though, it's going to be Reckoning Esports on the attack and Noble Esports on the defense. Reckoning Esports once again going to look to take that mid control, moving in through the garage area, slowly but surely, not making any noise whatsoever. Now you can see Rexy is going to reposition himself, not willing to be caught off guard by any garage push, and Sami going to come to back him up. Now both of Razor and Rexy will be in this garage, but Sami is going to find that kill onto Ion, and Sami going to push in aggressively. Razor, he's just lurking in the shadows. He needs to push in or back off. Might just get caught out. Will ready the flash to throw out as soon as the recon board comes through, and will be able to find a kill, but Sami right there to back him up and take it down. Now Tris will find another, but no, Hika will be able to trade the return, and that'll be Noble Esports in the end of it all, securing an advantage for themselves.
He gets another kill on the BRZ coming from the garage side as well, and they're holding it down as much as they can. Rio, the last remaining member, the clutch minister
30
himself,
seconds left.
he's gonna be able to hold it down the fort for just a little while longer, but at the same time, 36 HP and a dream for his side. Obviously a lot of utility to work with as well, and side coming in from the back through window. It's gonna be able to find this head. Take it clean
Switching
off. It's gonna be a
sides.
13 and 12
Match
round
point.
for the side of Reckoning, for the side of Noble Esports. And Reckoning, they're on the fighting spirit, and they're gonna need to try and bring this round back to go into overtime number 2.
The fact that Noble able
Here.
to secure that round is gonna mean Noble once again with this match
Here.
point. And Reckoning, I just feel like they were a little too split up in that round. You see the way they
Here.
approach this round, a couple members going in garage, a couple members going towards their mid, end up just getting caught out in the isolated duels versus Noble, and Noble winning that duel, securing them the rounds. Now Reckoning looking to push in, going for the spam, but Noble with their own spam able to just make Reckoning back right up. Razor, he'll take a bit of a tag, but he will escape with his life, and Noble, they will reset themselves and look to push their advantage in a different side. Now Noble is gonna be only Sai on the lurk, the rest of their members looking towards SC area, 2 towards garage and 2 towards the long. This might just be looking for a pick towards that C long, waiting for Reckoning to step out of their positions, make that mistake, and then look for a commitment.
Looking to see what they can find at the bare minimum, but still, it's not gonna be enough, I would say, because Reckoning, they're on the defensive half, and we have seen how good their defense can be when they do have the fighting spirit on their side. Razor being able to take the trap wire, and it was a heavy execute down onto the B side. B control is going to be established real quickly, and Razor, he's gonna be taking that peek, and he's gonna immediately find one onto Rexy. The Spike has gone down, but Sami, he goes in for the trade out. He's going to be able to find one on the Razor to even up the playing field just a little bit more. Hershey
30 seconds left.
As of right now, the
Spike
Spike has been
planted.
planted, and post-plant situation is going to be established once again. The Rio, he takes the peek on the bell. He's going to be able to find one. Beers, he takes another one on the Hershey. It's going to be leaving Hika and Sai in this 2 versus 4 scenario, going in for that Spike defuse. It's going to be one of their members. Hika, he's
player
spraying in through the smoke. He's going to be able to find one, but BRZ, he's way too quick. He's gonna be taken down Sai and Hika to take the 3K. And ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be moving into overtime number 2.
Alright, aggressive. Before we get into any more overtime,
Switching
let's get the
sides.
predictions down. How
Overtime.
many rounds do you think this match is gonna have?
I'll say 22. I don't care anymore. Make it happen.
I mean,
After that one tryout game, I'm not saying a goddamn thing because this is gonna be a caster's curse.
yeah, I mean, we would be extremely excited if 22 is the final scoreline, but with a total number of 26 rounds already done, I think we're going to see a minimum of about 30 to 35. 22 would mean about 44 rounds total, and that would be absolutely insane. We'll have to see if that can happen. So for now, it's gonna be the scoreline once again reset, the economies once again reset, the alt points once again reset, and once again Reckoning back on the attack, looking to push in. They will be taking mid control, and Razor going for the 1v1 duel will not be able to find Hika. Instead, Hika takes him down for first blood, but Ayan right there to back up Razor, able to find the trade and make it 4v4. Now Sami is going for that push, will find the first kill, use the dismiss to back right up and reposition himself into the garage. Sami securing that one-man advantage for Noble Esports. Now Rio, he's going for the B plant,
Spike
and both of
planted.
these teams, they do like this B site a lot. They're able to take mid control, but the B site's so difficult to defend against. We'll have to see if Reckoning can hold onto this.
Oh, the beautiful recon wall coming out from the side of Rexy to set up his teammate for that
player
kill. But
standing.
it's gonna be Rio going in for the fast play, but it's not gonna be enough. But BRZ gets something else to say about it. But the Spike is planted in the corner instead of in the front side. And BRZ with that flank, he's not gonna be able to defend it. And ladies and gentlemen, this is another
Switching
defensive
sides.
round on the board for the side
Match
of Noble
point.
Esports. It seems as though when it comes to the defensive round, both of the teams are not letting up an inch.
Yeah, it's because the cautiousness of both the teams coming through, either team able to ensure that they're not giving up control of either A or C side, and they're willing to give up mid control in exchange for that. You're like, hey, you can go for the B side plant, but we know that B side retake is much easier on the defense. So if you're able to get the B side plant through, then we're able to make sure that we'll go on the retake and then secure the round. Now Noble on the attack with once again match point for themselves. It's going to be up to them to try to find their way into ARC side because that's what really suits the attack on Haven. They're going for the aggressive push through Garage. Already 3 members funneling in through. They've taken Garage control inside, positioning himself in Garage window, waiting for Reckoning to come through. All of Noble, they've taken the side control inside, going to find the first blood. Rexy going to get the plant through, and it's going to be a 5v4 advantage for Noble. Razor will deny that though, will find 1 kill and find another onto Sami. 4v3 for Reckoning as they go onto the retake.
Already, we're going to be pushing him down, ladies and gentlemen. Razor, he does have the advantage on his side, but he gets caught up by the trap wire, and it's going to be Rexy. Razor, her chances back as well. Chris, chances back with his own kill onto her, but it's not going to be enough as Rexy with a triple kill snaps around and takes Ion's head clean off right off his shoulders. And Noble Esports, they take it away. They take the second map and take us to a map number 3.
Noble Esports able to secure this map for themselves, 15-13. This is what we were talking about earlier. Like the temperament, the mental fortitude of this team is outstanding. The way they're able to just sort of recollect themselves after a devastating loss, the way they're able to just push themselves to their limits and secure this map is something to be stood for. But Reckoning, do not forget that Reckoning had the lead coming into this map, and Reckoning, they're the ones who are going to go into map 3 with that anger of having lost map 2. Both of these teams at their very best is what we want, because that sets up the spicy action for us. Razor, he's going to pick up the MVP with the 27 kills, very deservingly so. He played an absolutely phenomenal match, and he's going to be one to keep his eye on coming into map 3. But for now, let's go back to map 2, really talk about what happened, how Noble were able to pull it back, and what went missing for Reckoning in this map with the Relive the Moment brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, Aggressive, let me ask you first, like, where do you think the difference happened for Noble from map 1 coming into map 2? Because for me, like, I think it was the way they were playing the game. The synergy between Noble was missing in map 1. That synergy, it really does feel like it has come alive. The chaos with which the chaos that they're able to create and then thrive within that chaos, that wouldn't happen if the communication within the team wasn't on point.
I think the teammates just came together under one banner, being like, boys, you know for a fact that we lost that map on 13-5, right? And I don't think we should lose this one, otherwise everyone's gonna think we're a pushover. And Noble showing us exactly what they can do with their hyper-aggressive pushes, with their beautiful pristine aim and their strat calling. We're able to come out on top in this engagement. This being one of the more favored maps for the side of Noble as well, allows them to pull in deep and dig in deep as well. And Noble as a team, we know them to adapt really quickly when it comes to the map of Haven. They know what to do when it comes to a lot of these types. And as I said before, Haven is one of those few maps in Valorant that even if you play this map for thousands and thousands of hours, there's gonna be something new that a random team is gonna be able to pull up.
You have to remember that for any team, when the opposition team is making really aggressive, really fast pushes, communication becomes an extremely difficult concept. Because at that point, you're trying to not just communicate the fact that, hey, they're pushing into this site aggressively, you're also trying to communicate their position, you're trying to communicate what your status is, if you're able to defend or not. And I do think that ended up being the biggest difference for Reckoning. I feel like Reckoning, they need to go back after this map 2 and acknowledge that they are perfectly matched against Noble. What their advantage lies in is a slow pace round where they're able to find the perfect communication and then secure the round. As the round gets faster and faster, as the chaos increases within a particular round, that's when Noble able to thrive, because they have slightly more time together as a team, able to understand each other's proclivities, their tendencies much better, and that's where Noble able to come out on top. But with both of these teams having significantly different playstyles, having very different approaches to the game, it's going to be a banger of a map 3 for sure, because in map 3, Aggressive, we're moving on to Bind. There isn't a better map to finish off this series, because Bind, one of those maps where the mind games definitely reign supreme, the TP plays come out on top, and I'm really excited to see it. Noble coming through this round to push us to map 3. with the 15 to 13 win. They're going to be happy with it, and Reckoning, they're going to be annoyed that they have to even go to a map 3 before to secure their spot in the grand finals. So I'm sure Reckoning will come back with a vengeance. For now, I'm just excited to see how much more these teams have to offer, because you have to be feeling that stamina start to slowly edge out. You have to be feeling a bit of tiredness, and you have to wonder where the passion will take over that tiredness, and the passion will just be able to help that team completely dominate. I think it's going to end up being the team with the most love for this game and the love for that competitiveness that will end up coming out on top, and we'll see which team that is in map 3. Now, for now, we're going to go just take a small break, give the players themselves a small break. I'm sure they need a couple of minutes to just sort of recollect themselves and come back. Make sure till then you check out the links in the description below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We had a 28 round map 2. You never know what's going to happen in the future. It's finals weekend, so make sure you have those notifications ready to give you the constant updates on our streams. While we go take a break for map 3, make sure you also check out the discounts in the description below for your chance to pick up those peripherals. But till then, we're going to go set ourselves up for map 3, and we'll see you there for this matchup between Noble Esports and Reckoning Esports with the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4 powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
My eyes are better than yours.
And Harsh answers back onto his own phone as well.
Let's have some fun, yeah?
Up forward with the paranoia in hand, and it's gonna be Hiko.
You can't catch us.
Corbin answers back onto Harsh being able to take down one.
I'm not just an archer, you know.
One on A long, but Noble Esports, they are.
Watch them run.
They're wanting to close it out real quickly. The flash comes through from the side of Sammy being able to blind out 3.
But Sammy might just take his time, slashing away at the door, and he might just be pulled up upon. There it is, Sammy, but Blackhawk's gonna wrap that up, and that is Noble Esports making their way over to the quarterfinals.
And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars. Let's make the most of this night. Come on, baby, take my hand. And we don't need to do the things we don't want to do. Baby, while we're young.
Velocity can feel it. Velocity have done it. 3-2. They take the grand finals and are your undisputed champions.
Shiffy, he's gotta do something about it. The spike is ticking, but Rafa with the triple kill to end it off. Your champions are Team Tamelas.
Keep them cornered.
Yo, we'll spot one out. Not gonna get the kill just yet. He's spraying with
Get out of my city.
the pistol up, but Infernal changes up the position.
Let's crack them open.
A momentum shift. Reckoning Esports, they are driving with it.
Wait until I blind them to strike.
Off guard from that angle. Kept on my hand earlier.
Tear them down.
Razor finds the kill, and that's gonna be a double kill. Gonna go for this push. It could be all over for Atmosphere. If Bones clutches this, it's gonna be one for the books. And there it is, Bones taken down by IQ. Reckoning Esports, they make their way over to the quarterfinals in the upper bracket.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD, with ACT as the fiber partner and AFK Gaming as the media partner. We are back for the Map 3 in this lower bracket decider finals between Noble Esports and Reckoning Esports, and oh boy, is it turning out to be a banger. I'm sure Map 3 will be just the same. And before we move on to more discussions, let's just take a quick look at what we have for Map 3. And Aggressive, I want to ask you, coming into Bind, we know that Bind on Noble, they tend to pick up that Brimstone, and it's also the map where they pulled off one of the most insane comebacks they've ever seen in that 18-16. Do you think that comeback is going to play into the minds of Reckoning?
Reckoning, they know for a fact of what they're going to be bringing down to the table. Like Noble Esports, even though they have a rough start, they get better and better as time progresses. And Reckoning, they're none. Though they are pretty much the same as well when it comes to these type of engagements, because Reckoning, the way that they execute rounds, the way that they adapt, really comes down to the amount of time that they are given. The rounds that are longer, they're gonna have much more time to analyze, much more time to adapt. While in comparison, if Noble, the only way I believe that they're gonna be winning out against Reckoning, especially this is Reckoning's map. This is Reckoning's map, so it's gonna be extremely difficult to even do anything, but at the same time, we're going to be seeing the Reyna pick coming out. And Reyna, plus that Raze on the map of Bind, is just absolutely dangerous.
And the reason we're particularly happy about this is because one of our biggest issues with Noble's composition previously in Bind going into this map was that they never had flashes. Their flashes, that lack of flashes always seemed to inhibit their gameplay, but now they have Sami on the Reyna, Hika on the Omen, and Sai able to continue, Hika on the Raze, and the fact that able to continue this form is going to be a sight to watch. Now, at the same time, Reckoning, they're going to go back to the comfort. We saw how good Razor was on his Raze, and coming into this map, that Raze is going to be a sight to watch. Now, for the side of Noble Esports, my bad, I made a mistake. It's going to be Sai on the Jet and Hika on the Omen. They're continuing basically with the exact same composition that got them the win in map 2 in Haven, and they're continuing with what works for them, what really carries forward the tempo for them. For Reckoning, they're continuing with what won them map 1. Ion on the Jet, Razor on the Raze, and the rest of their teammates on their signature picks. So for both of these teams, comfort is very much present in terms of the agent picks, in terms of the composition picks. So it's going to come down to pure execution. And that's where you have to wonder whether the first half plays a big factor or not, because on Bind especially, it's a very much defense-sided map because of the fact that there is no mid to control. Reckoning, they have the ability to be able to start off very strongly since they are on the defense side. But this is a double-edged sword because if Noble on their attack able to secure a really good first half, if they're able to get to a 6-6 scoreline like they did on Haven, I think that suits Noble much more than it would Reckoning.
Noble is one of those teams that you can't really write them off to any single strategy. But the one strategy that we do know them for is the hyper aggressive pushes that they love to make at the start of these pistol rounds. But this time around, I do believe the read is going to be extremely wrong, as there's only one member sitting down on its B side. Noble Esports, they don't have any tripwires, anything set up right there just yet. It's going to be Reckoning storming down into this A side, and fast rotation call has to come through for the side of Noble.
Now Noble, they're going to go in for the aggressive push onto A, but they've not taken full side control just yet. And it's going to be Razor on the flank. His pain grenade might just be able to take down Harsh. Will do just that. And now Razor looking to push in on this flank. Boombot will not find anybody just yet, but will be able to secure his position. Now look at Rexy. He's going for the complete wraparound. Sami, though, in the map itself, able to find one. BRZ and IonQ with 2 more. It's Reckoning with the advantage. BRZ gets one, but Rexy on the wraparound, able to take down Razor and secure this shot angle for them. The shock dart will do a bunch of damage, but the diffuse is coming through for Ion. And even though Rexy able to take down BRZ, Trist finds the return and the diffuse for Ion, meaning Reckoning with the pistol round.
That was a beautiful play coming out from the side of Reckoning Esports. They took a leaf out of Noble Esports' book and actually went in for the hyper-aggressive push coming out from the defensive side. This is normally what they don't do. They always love to play it safe. They like to play it slow. And this is what's dangerous about Reckoning Esports. They take the strengths of their opponents and turn them against them. And this is exactly what is happening. They're showcasing Noble that, hey, we know your strategy. We also know how to execute it. And we're going to show you how to execute it in the best proper way. Reckoning, they need to be on their toes, because this just goes to show that Reckoning, they are not afraid to use the strategies of their opponents against them every single time. And again, this is going to be a beautiful read coming out from the side of Reckoning. They know for a fact that this is going to be a heavy rush execute coming down onto the B side. The side control is going to be established at BRZ coming in with a spray. He's able to take out Sami at the very beginning stages of this fight. The spike though has been planted by Rio. He gets that first initial kill on the side, and he's able to take out third. It's going to be a straight on fight coming up from the side of BRZ. The headshots reign supreme for BRZ. He's able to find 2, and Rio is able to clean up the third, and the spike is going to get diffused. And that was a good eco round from coming out from the side of Noble Esports, but an amazing retake coming out from the side of Reckoning as well.
Reckoning picking up that round will mean that they're now able to secure a 2-0 advantage, and for Reckoning you can very much see what their plan is. Like, they are very willing to give up the side. They understand that Noble, they're extremely good at these fast side pushes and being able to create the chaos when they're doing those fast side pushes. Reckoning is like, you know what? Fine. Take this side, we'll group together as a team and then come back for the retake on our own terms. And on their own terms, they're able to secure now their 2-0 win. Now for Noble, the last round was the eco. So this next round is going to be the true test of their mettle. See if they can pull back the round and make sure Noble, Reckoning not able to run away with the tempo. Hika is pushing in aggressively into the hookah angle. He's going to fully push back by the pain grenade, get tagged out. And Razor now looking for more, will throw out the boom bot. But Hika will throw, the dark cover will come out, and that will deny the duels coming out for either of these teams. Now for Noble Esports, you can see Sami spamming through the smoke, will be able to find Razor and now use that orb to overheal himself. That overheal gonna come up huge because Sami was tagged by that pain grenade, and now Noble with not just the man advantage, but with their health reset back to full, they're going to rotate after having made a bunch of noise and Noka, rotate towards A and look for it. But Reckoning, they're predicting this. Trist, he's coming to A, and Reckoning with the 3-stack onto A, looking for their defense.
This is a beautiful play coming out from the side of Reckoning. The way they read their opponents is just so pristine, but at the same time, that recon bolt is going to be causing a good amount of damage to the positioning side for the side of Reckoning Esports, but it's going to be IonQ coming in from the back lane of that short side. Even though the spike has been planted, this is going to be a massive fight. It's going to be BRZ with sprayed out. He's going to be able to find 2. Rexy's in massive BRZ. He's going to be taking him out. He's going to take his close, but Rio is way too quick. IonQ gets one from the sidelines as well, and this is going to be a 1v1 jet. This is going to be Sai versus IonQ, both at very low HP, but Ion is going in for the spray straight through the box. Ion taking that peek a bit too early, showing his last location, and Sai with that 12 HP is going to be able to clutch it out for the side of Noble Esports, taking it to a 2-1.
Noble Esports able to secure this buy round for themselves will mean that they're able to sort of stabilize their economy and then look towards the next few rounds to try to pull it back. But for Reckoning, they're not invest much into the last round. So for them, it's going to be about looking into the next few rounds to deny any tempo to Noble, and we'll see if they're able to do that. I expect an eco to come out for Reckoning nevertheless, because they did buy a couple of Vandos, and it is a choice between going for an eco and continuing forward with a couple of Vandos with light shields. And you can see Reckoning, they instead choose to go on the eco, so the chance for Noble to make it even Stevens. Now Harsh lurking down in that belong angle, able to find a opening kill onto Ayan, and Harsh now waiting in the corner, baits out Triss, will find the next. Sami with his third, Noble with the 3-man advantage, looking to make it even on the scoreline.
One enemy remaining.
They're looking to make it as even as possible, but at this time around, Reckoning, PRZ does have that stinger in hand, so he may just be able to get a single kill, but it's not gonna be enough as Noble Esports with that radar, with that omen, are able to find so much value. Having that double flash capability on your side in comparison to the side of Reckoning Esports, they have no flash other than that one paranoia, and they're feeling the pressure because they're just getting flashed out every single time. They don't have vision, they don't have sound, they don't have anything to work with. And Noble, they're like the boogeyman of this story, just creeping up on Reckoning Esports from all sides and just taking them down one by one. Systematic execution is the name of the game for the side of Noble Esports as we move into round number 5.
Now, one of the main reasons Reckoning like to go for the save after losing round 3 is to be able to pick up the operator. For Ayan, you have to say the operator able to come up huge, has already, as it takes down the spike carrier and secures the advantage for Reckoning. But now Noble Esports with the Hunter's Fury looking to push in, will find a tag but will not find a kill just yet. Does a decent bit of damage to Ayan though, and BRZ, and just pushing him back a little bit. Noble, you're gonna use all that pressure they created in B to now rotate towards A. This A site execute is gonna be extremely important because while Reckoning on the map have a one-man advantage, on this particular site, it's 3v2 for Noble Esports. Now waiting for the dark covers cooldown to come back for Hika. They're going to push in. Their location revealed by the recon bolt though. Reckoning a need to delay this as much as possible for their teammates to be able to rotate, and they are doing just that. Rio with his utility and is able to deny it. Razor with one more, and the spike carrier down once again.
The spike carrier has gone down once
30
more, ladies and
seconds
gentlemen,
left.
but it's still going to be Rexy coming in from the sidelines. He's not going to be able to, as Ion with an operator at a fast peak to clean it all up. Goes in for the shot, takes him back home, and it's all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Reckoning Esports, taking it to a 3-2 score line. They're still going to be moving forward, and they're trying their hardest to take it back. This probably could be another overtime game, and we may just lose our voices again, CA.
I would be extremely happy. I would be ecstatic if this was an overtime game because honestly, like both of these teams, they're so damn close. The more rounds we get from them, the better the action will be. But for now, we're still in the first half, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's look back as to what Noble will look to do, because Noble, given the fact that they won the last couple of rounds before this, they will still be able to afford full buys. So Reckoning they need one more round to be able to upset Noble's economy, and now Noble looking to switch up the strategy. No longer do they want to go for the slow push, looking for that B side. And Hunter's Fury will come out for Rio, finding multiple tags, will find the kill onto a rapidly running away Sami, able to just sort of push Noble all over the map, dismantle their push, and now force Noble into a potential retake. Razor, he was on the flank, but he's like, no. Gets tagged a lot and will just back right up and wait for Noble to come into his hands. Trist, he will be able to find a kill onto Noble Esports in Harsh, with Harsh lurking towards that hookah being taken down. Now Reckoning have all the advantage in terms of sight. They don't have to make any unnecessary rotations, and with that two-man advantage, they just need to hold their position, and they should be able to secure this round.
Reckoning, they're playing it smart, they're playing it slow. They do have the showstopper available though for the side. Razor, so he's gonna be able to pull it out and take two of them straight off. The showstopper gives a massive amounts of potential for their side. Reckoning Esports, they're looking for a flawless round, but Triz, he goes in for the hyper-aggressive peek. He does get caught out by Rexy, just chilling out on the back corner, waiting for his footsteps. Does get spotted out. It's gonna be Rexy, but still, no one from the side of Reckoning Esports are wanting to push this out. They don't want to lose their guns because, of course, Reckoning Esports there on the crunch time this time around, but it's gonna be Ion coming in with that operator to clean up Rexy at the very end of it all, and that is a beautiful round coming up from the side of Reckoning, taking us to a 4-2 score line.
Now going into the next round, given the fact that Noble, they've lost the last couple of rounds with the buys, they have a choice to either go for the eco or go for light shields with their guns, and I'm curious to see what they do end up choosing to do, because either choice
this is
is
a nice
an
one.
interesting gamble. On one hand, you can choose to go for the eco,
This goes
wherein
here.
Reckoning get a chance to push their lead even further and just secure a massive tempo advantage for them. But on the other hand, going for the light shields means that you're very much susceptible to Reckoning being able to catch you out. And we'll have to see what happens. For now though, it's Sai. Sai picking up that operator will pick up the first kill for himself, and the attacking operator is something not we don't get to see a lot, but Sai making it work with that expensive investment, able to secure the first blood and the one-man advantage for Noble Esports. Now Noble Esports, they were all spread out, they were looking for picks, but given the fact that Sai able to take down the one man towards Showers, will now look to pick up the spike and rotate towards his A site, make the A site execute happen. Now there's a 3-man stack towards A, relying on that Cypher to hold down B, but with Triss throwing out the duck cover, potentially Triss might just go back. The Triss will use his ultimate as well to check the B-long area, will find no one and will stay at A. And with the dark cover coming out for Noble, it's going to be an A-site execute.
So patient, waited out for all that he could, but still it's gonna be a fast rotation going onto this B side straight to the teleporter, and a fast execute down onto the side. This is gonna be a 4 versus 4 retake scenario for the side
30
of Reckoning
seconds
Esports.
left.
But BRZ, he has something else to say about it. He's gonna be able to take out Eka with a well-placed shot coming out from him. Sami, he does take out the camera at the bare minimum, so they're gonna be holding down strong. Sami going in for that plan this time around. Reckoning Esports, they know for a fact of where they're gonna be at, and a good recon vote coming out from the side of you as well to reveal the last of the remaining positions for the side of Noble Esports. For the fact that Sami's sitting inside of the back end, but Triz, he comes in massive with his own shot straight to the smoke, but Rexy with that shock dart is able to take out BRZ, but already the cavalry is here, coming straight through the corners of CT to clean it all up. And ladies and gentlemen, this is another round on the board for the side of Reckoning Esports, and Triz going in for the casual toxicity, trying to get the attention of his teammates to go in for the defuse and get the next ultimate point for himself to try and stabilize their ult economy just a little bit more. And a beautiful round coming out from the side of Reckoning.
You can see right here, after Sami gets the plant, with his Empress running out, when he was about to get that first kill, like, his Empress barely, I think, just runs out after he gets this kill. Like, he jiggles out of the way of Ion, goes back in for the peek, and Empress barely runs out when he gets that kill, not able to secure the invisibility, and that millisecond difference, because if he had got the kill with the Empress, he would have been able to get out of the way comfortably, but not being able to use the dismiss due to the cloud burst denying the vision, meaning that Sami does end up getting traded out, and Noble and Reckoning pushing on the retake, able to secure the round. Now Ion with the operator holding it down will find the double kill and take down Noble. Noble, this is their eco round and they're going for the eco rush, but they're just getting mowed down by Reckoning.
Getting mowed down, but Rexy, he's mowing down their own players as well, and Triss with a beautiful spray. That spray control was just so mwah. Chef's kiss level of spray control. He's gonna be able to take out Rexy, and that is called an eco frag round, ladies and gentlemen, for the side of Reckoning Esports. That is what they're bringing down to the table, and this is where it's gonna be mattering. Noble Esports, they need to shift the momentum in their favor, but still, already they have so much money in the bank. Reckoning Esports, they're gonna be able to buy for 2 rounds straight, and Ion, even if he loses this operator, an operator is gonna be waiting for him in the next round.
Now you can see, for Noble, that was the eco round coming in last time, and they're going to once again make the investment into the attacking operator for Sai. Both the operators in this cover angle is going to be up to which operator gets the first kill. Both of them do miss their shot though, and now Sai is going for one more. Ion will miss his second shot as well. Both of them will just back right up, now willing to gamble further. For the side of Noble though, you can see that the aggressive push has been made down at B long for Sami and Hush. Now Hush will pick up his camera and look to push in even further towards that B side. Ion, he's just holding in strong at this A side, enabling his sniper positioning for his teammates to be able to start pushing into that A main. And just as they get there, they're going to spot out the spike, and Noble, they've let the spike completely unguarded, and Reckoning's like, wait, the spike is right here. We don't need to go anywhere, we just need to hold down this angle and we'll be able to secure the round.
This is such a beautiful play coming up from the side of Reckoning. Them just stumbling down upon the spike, and Hika, he doesn't know, he's not the wiser. Hika's gonna be a run for it. He's gonna try to get away, and he's gonna be able to as well. There's no one gonna be chasing him down. And Tristo, he's able to find one on the Rexy. This is a cat and mouse chase coming up from the side of Noble. And
30 seconds left.
He's going out on the back end, but Sami, he's already too wise. He's already going in for the back plate. Tristo, he's able to find one on the hers. The rounds
Spike
are going
planted.
in even for both sides. All the members have gone down, but somehow the spike went down on A. Even though the bomb was in control, it's gonna be Sai getting that first kill with the operator. Sai's looking for more. He goes in for the shots, but it's not gonna be connecting just yet. Triz with the paranoid and provide him a little more time, but it's gonna be Sami and Sai coming in from the sidelines. One kill each, straight to the dome. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a beautiful round coming up from the side of Noble Esports to turn the momentum in their favor.
Even though Reckoning controlling B-Link and A-Link towards the attacker's side's angle, they're not controlling the actual attacker's side spawn angle, and Hika just able to casually go there, pick up the spike, and just literally just run away. Hika doing really well, playing sneaky to pick up the spike and then pushing towards that B-Long. The calls coming in from Sai, like, hey, I'm still at A, there's nobody at A completely empty. Hika able to use his ultimate to rotate towards A, and the mind games from Noble Esports reigning supreme as they secure yet another round for themselves. Now 6-3 for Reckoning Esports, with buys for both teams. It's going to be up to which team is able to now push the momentum forward. If Reckoning able to secure another round and take the secured lead going into the second half, or if Noble look to push towards that 6-6 scoreline. Right now they're looking to take the hookah control, and that Lear will blind out Ayan. Sami will find the headshot and take him down, and it's going to be a B-side execute. The spike is not just here that it's only Hika and Sami pushing in, but they've taken control of side. They just need to be able to clear out the garden long angle for the spike to come into this side.
They already have the entirety of the spike control, and the spike is just about to come through. Sami going in for the random spray straight to the smoke. You guys will find Prince's head as well. It's going to be Rexy and Sami chiming in from the sideline, cleaning up the last few remaining members, and already the momentum has shifted towards the side of towards the side of Noble Esports, and now is where the economy is going to be hurting the most for the side of Reckoning. Now they're going to be forced into that eco round.
I think Reckoning should still be able to barely afford buys coming out. We will see a couple of light shields, but they should be able to afford one more operator round. But this is where the clutch moment comes, because if you do push your economy to the limit, as you're saying, like a couple of light shields, one operator, but if they lose this round, then going into the last round of the first half, it will give the opportunity to Noble Esports to take the scoreline to 6-6 completely even with that eco advantage. So we'll have to see what Reckoning can pull off. Right now, the Hunter's Fury gonna come out for Rexy to clear out this hookah, barely dodging out his BRC, but his teammate not able to do so. Rexy will find the kill on his wrist, and now multiple members going into the TP. Rexy, he just needs to back off and try to hold on. The shot dart will come out and do a bunch of damage.
Beautiful!
Playing with his utilities to perfection to secure that two-man advantage for Noble. And Noble, now they've taken the TP from B-Long to A-Long, but this is where the mind games begin. Noble's like, you heard the TP, we know you heard the TP, we're just gonna play it slowly and then look to rotate because we have time on our side.
This is such a beautiful play coming out from Rexy to get those initial 2 picks, sending Reckoning to a state of panic. They don't know where to go. They don't know where Noble is. Noble is just playing the big old mind games, and they're now sending Sami as the bait on this A side. They want him to hold him down. They want him to make a lot of noise, and then they take the TP and really come on through. Sai already holding down this B angle, but there's no one there. Entire
30
army
seconds
being
left.
present. Razor, he's going to be able to take out Sami, but the side execute is going to be going into B instead.
Will be able to take the side control, and even though Sami goes down, they're able to push it. Razor though with the blast back will get into the face of Rexy and take him down, but Hika hiding behind the boxes in hookah, able to take Razor down and keep the advantage for Noble. Now Ayan, he's taken the TP, looking to push in towards hookah, will miss his off shot and have to dash out of the way. Will look to likely change his gun and go for the retake for his team. Might also elect to go for the save. They will be electing to go for the save, acknowledging that this round they don't have the disadvantage. They have the disadvantage, and going into the next round, they need to be able to save this operator to have a legitimate chance of being able to pull it back. But Noble Esports, Noble Esports, I think one of the biggest issues we had with Noble in map 1 was that we were not seeing as much creativity. We were not seeing as many different plays. But in map 2, they showed us that that was just a glitch, able to then push in and make sure the creativity
Last
able to
round
reach
before the half.
now in map 3, they're doing just the same. The mind games from Noble Esports reigning supreme. And for Reckoning, they're not able to find the predictions that initially gave them the edge. And now Noble making it 6-5, looking to make it even. Now, remember, even though the advantage is to Reckoning, the reason this scoreline so favored to Noble is because the map of Bind is defense favored. So Reckoning, they need to try to find this last round to at least take that 7-5 lead.
I have to talk about one more thing though. The fact is that Reckoning, they don't really have a flasher on their side, and they just only got 6 rounds on the board on this defensive map. And Noble, they have that bigger advantage coming out on their rounds. Them being able to get those 5 rounds and then moving into the defensive half, while they don't have while Reckoning Esports don't have a flash, they already have that advantage. But just as I say it, Chris, he's sitting under the dark covers like an absolute assassin. BRC answers back on Asami as well, coming in for the back end with that Phantom. And the spike has been picked up at the bare minimum, at the bare least, but it's gonna be Sai holding it down for as long as he can, staring down the soul of Trist, daring him to come into existence, but he does not just yet. It's gonna be Hurt, slowly walking it down. He does put out the spike and smokes out the gun barrel of Razor, but at the same time, the spike has not yet gone down. They're holding down for as long as they can until Sai, he's gonna be making the rotation. It's gonna be a wraparound play immediately coming out from the side of Noble Esports. They wanted to sell out that fake as fast as possible, but Triss, he's none the wiser. He already knows where they are, but Sai with that operator, he's gonna be able to
30
take
seconds
that
left.
kill. It is gonna be forcing Reckoning Esports into a retake situation once again, but Sai, he has an operator, he's gonna be planted up. He gets a second, he's looking for a third, he gets the third as well with the no-scope. Sai, this guy's an absolute madman. He's looking for his fourth under Rio, but he's not only not gonna be able to get it. Rio though answers onto her. He's gonna go and run up with a bare minimum. Sai uses the shot again, but Hika this time around is gonna come through massive for his end. And it's gonna be Sai at the helm of it all,
Switching
getting
sides.
a 4K to his name as a beautiful, beautiful operator player. He's gonna be finding all of those kills, and that was a beautiful execution coming out from the side of Noble. And Sai, being the IGL, he called it down to perfection.
I mean, Sai came up huge in that round, and Noble Esports, I love the way they're using the teleports in this map to their complete advantage. One of the biggest reasons attacking on Bind is so hard is because it's very hard for the attackers to try to rotate between the sides without the mid control. The compensation for that in the map is the teleports, but very rarely do we see teams using those teleports to the max. Noble doing just that. They started off with the A push, and when Rexy got caught out, they're able to pick up the spike, go take the TP, go to that B push, but they realize that instantly Reckoning able to answer back, realize that hey, we still have about 50 seconds left on the map, and realize that their Jet in Sai still waiting at the Shover's angle with his op, clearing out the entire side. Take the TP once again and go back, and Triss is like, surely there's no one there, I'm just gonna go position myself in Showers and wait for their push. Wrong, because Sai waiting in those Showers, able to take down Triss, and then that beautiful no scope coming out. Sai helping Noble with that 4K to secure a 6-6 score line going into the second half. Reckoning, I will say that they are slightly disfavored because, as you said, they don't have that flash in their hands, and Bind is generally known as that defensive sided map. But given how creative both of these teams can be, I'm looking to Reckoning to see if they can find their own creativity with the usage of the teleports to then take the fight to Noble on their own attacking half. One way or another, this match is such a banger.
Being disciplined is where it matters when it comes to the map of Bind, and we have seen teams over and over and go in for really, really fast rotations, and that is where they're gonna be having their downfalls. When you, as a team, are very disciplined, for example, Noble, let's say Sai and Rexy, they control their team so well, forcing them to sit down and be like, boys, you don't need the kills, we just need to go for the win. They tell the guys to just sit down, sit in the side, trust us, we are going to be holding down the other side by ourselves, and if we need you, we're going to be calling you. This level of trust needs to stay on the map of Bind when it comes to the defensive half, because these teleports, they can go in for a fake, they can go in for a wraparound. There's so many plays that they can make that it all depends on the individual capabilities and the discipline that these teams have to relay the information, to hold down the site, to not be over aggressive, to just be a thorn in the side of the enemies while waiting for the backup. And Noble Esports, if they're going to be able to pull this off and then take advantage of the fact that Reckoning they don't have a flash, are probably going to be coming out on top in this engagement.
The discipline is definitely going to be something to watch out for both of these teams, for Noble Esports particularly. But given how prolific Sai was with the op in the attacking side, if we can get the op on board on the defensive side, I think it might be done and dusted. Now, this is my favorite characteristic of Noble. They're one of the few teams, with the exception of Velocity, I think, which plays continuously for their alt point control. You can see that the dark cover coming out from Hika to be able to deny that shower's angle, Sai picking up that alt point for himself and getting one step closer. Those ults can be the complete game changer for them, and you can see that Noble, they're thinking one step ahead and trying to do just that. Now Sai will go for the rotation down into B, but Reckoning, they're playing very patiently. They're waiting for someone to step up, waiting for Noble to make their mistake. Now, with the noise made towards B, they're going to take the TP likely as they go for the A side execute. But Noble, they're predicting this. Sai is coming back on the rotate and Noble waiting down in the shover's angle. Sammy going to go for the B. Sammy going to find one. Sammy going to find two. Sammy with his triple will find the spike, and that's a 3-man advantage for Noble with the location of the spike.
That was just a spray down of a fight with Hika and Snami slowly making their way towards the shower angle.
30
Snami,
seconds left.
He's just tapping
One
away
enemy
all of them
remaining.
heads, but it's going to be Sai getting that answer onto Rio from the sidelines. He's going to be finding some with only one member left and the paranoia coming through. Sai gets the last remaining kill onto the hands of Razor to take him back home. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be another round on the board for the side of Noble Esports. Them winning the special round, they have the one-up round and forcing Reckoning Esports into that eco.
Now, given the fact that Noble able to pick up the round, they should be able to have a comfortable round 2. But I want to look a bit further than that and talk about how Reckoning in their next buy round will be able to pull it back. Because I think given the fact that Reckoning don't have a flash, what they need to try to do is try to find fast executes for themselves, because that's what the Raze is really good at. Being able to use her paint grenade and boombot to clear out corners while using her satchel pack to propel herself into the site and get that site control. I want to see that happen from Reckoning Esports, and now Razor looking to do just that. Will throw out his paint grenade and with his classic able to pick up the opening kill for Reckoning. Fast B execute coming out for Reckoning. Rio gonna go for the plant.
Yeah, planting the bomb this time around. It's gonna be a slow but steady push, but Razor is already coming into the CT to take out Urge. He's like, I have a vengeance story and I'm gonna be coming in all for you. The Paranoid does connect onto one, but it's not gonna be enough as the army, they're all together, they're all fighting as a unit. They're just gonna be mowing them down at the numbers advantage. They're not taking 1v1 duels, they're taking 3v1 duels. Sai takes the first advantage, but this is so beautiful coming out from the side of Reckoning. They all stuck together. It was a flawless round coming out for them. They played as a unit. They just swarmed the entirety of Noble Esports one by one. I have never seen this come out from any team other than Reckoning.
I mean, this is why I wanted a fast side execute, because it becomes almost impossible to contest that Raze push in when she's using that pain grenade to clear out a particular corner. And as you said, after they're able to get the spike plant, they acknowledge that, hey, Noble have the specters to their name, so if we with pistols go one by one, we're just gonna get completely destroyed. Instead, going together as a group, even though all of them get paranoid, they're able to spam through in one direction and find the kill. Now Noble, they're going to be forced onto an eco and buy coming through for Reckoning, but instead it's going to be Sai finding the first kill. Trace able to answer back though, so it's still 4v4 on the map. But look at this positioning coming out from Hika. He's pushed in aggressively through that shower's angle, and now he's waiting in that corner for someone to push through, for someone to catch him out. But the spidey senses for Reckoning, they are tingling. They know that something is happening, something is going on, and they're like, no, we don't want to be anywhere near that. Instead, going to make that rotation towards B and get the B side for themselves.
They have that B side in their favor, and it is gonna be quite a lot of damage going onto the side of Rexy. Triss being able to find that kill after that shock dart came out from the side of Rio. Hirsch, though, being the last remaining member sitting down on this side, and another fast rotation coming out from the other members of Noble to try and find something out, but the Outrun is gonna be spotting out one. But Razor, he answers back onto Hika. He's gonna be able to find one. Sami slowly creeping
One
his way
player
with that
remaining.
share of this long side. Rio able to clean up Hirsch and Glenn, Sami being the last remaining member. Not really wanting to give anything to the side of Sami. Everyone's just going to be moving out, not really wanting to give him a gun or anything whatsoever. Slowly creeping his way forward to try and see if he can find something. Goes in for the taps, but it's not going to connect. And it's going to be Reckoning Esports taking the round lead away from the side of Noble.
Now going into the next round, I assume Noble inside will be picking up that operator. So I want to see, yeah, you see the operator coming out from Sai. So I want to see if they can make that impactful, if they can make it work, because otherwise this lead gonna go severely in the favor of Reckoning. Reckoning showing a capability to be continuously creative are now showing they've got what it takes to push forward in the attacking side. What I want to keep everyone's eye on though is Razor. He's your map 1 and map 2 MVP, and now he's pushing the charge for Reckoning to secure this map 3, pushing forward in their attacking side to be able to take control. Now Reckoning going for that A-side control. They're going for a fast execute. Razor will find the first kill, and now with the ultimate coming out, Hika holding down Lamps, so able to find the double already. Razor will be able to clear out Lamps and take out Harsh and Hika, and now they're going to go for the TP towards B, but the rotation hadn't fully come out for Sai and Rexy, so they should be able to make their way right here. Sai, he has the operator, needs to land a shot, will not be able to do so. The Boomod pushing him out of this situation. Spike planted for Reckoning and
One player remaining.
They do have the man advantage, but Rexy is way too quick with his own shots. He's able to find Razor and Rio at the same time. It's going to be Chris going into this 1 versus 2 situation, but Sai spots out the toes of Triss straight through his own cloudburst, and that was a beautiful execution coming out from the side of Noble Esports to go in for that retake and collect that round away. We are on an 8-8, ladies and gentlemen. This is just even Stevens constantly on board. What can we do even other than hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and spam in chat to support your team? They need your support more than ever to move into this grand finals. And remember the hashtags, hashtag Go Reckoning and hashtag Stay Noble in the chat. Put your support down for your teams right now. They need it more than ever.
Put in a hashtag OT if you like me, want the overtime as well.
Oh god.
But right now, Reckoning and Noble, as you said, completely evenly matched. Both of these teams, they're giving it their all, as they rightfully should, because at this stage of the tournament, when you're in the top 3, you're fighting for your place in the grand final. For both of these teams, it's about establishing their name. For Noble, it's about making sure that they prove to like Noble Esports, because this is their last tryst with this particular organization. They're going to be moving on as a team to a different organization. They need to prove to them that, hey, you might have made a small error with letting us go. And for Reckoning, it's all about showing exactly what they've got and proving that they're a team to be scared of. This team, we saw them only come up in Series 3, and since then they made monumental strides from finishing 5th in Series 3 to now securing a top 3 finish, potentially even top 2 if they can make their way to grand finals. The climb has only been upwards for Reckoning, so now both of these teams evenly matched. We'll have to see which one able to come out on top. With the match resuming, I'm really excited to see the action begin, and what I'm even more excited to see is that I noticed Ayan, he picked up the operator, but Sai, he's going to be the one finding the first kill with his own operator, and that's one denied for Reckoning Esports. Sai has been prolific with the operator. He came into the Valorant scene known as that player who was extremely proficient with that opping, and now he's showing exactly why people consider that. Triss, he's just gonna back up, pick up Ayan's operator, and then go back for the push. But Reckoning, they really need to, I think, reevaluate if they should go for this A push, because with 2 members stacked in on A for Sami and Hika, A might just be the wrong decision.
It might be the wrong decision, but Hika, he's playing it smart. He's doing the damage. But Razor, he pushes it a bit too deep without even taking the corners probably. He's gonna get taken down side with another nasty flick on a BRZ. He's gonna be able to find another one with that operator, forcing the side of Reckoning into a 2 versus 5 situation. It's gonna be one of those hardest takes, ladies and gentlemen, because 8 and 9 going into the scoreboard, they're gonna be forced onto an eco, and this is not where Reckoning wanna be,
30
because the rounds
seconds
are getting
left.
closer and closer by the minute, and the first team to go into that double digits is gonna be carrying a lot of confidence, a lot of momentum, and a lot of morale into the next couple of rounds. But still, it's gonna be Reckoning holding down for as long as they possibly can. It's gonna be the recon bull coming out in Rio. He gets that first kill on the side. Being able to take down that operator is the first big step.
10 seconds left.
Going down for that plan. Triss able to find one with the operator. And this is very much possible into a 3 versus 2 both plan scenario. Rio getting tagged up just a little bit using his own darts, and he needs to try and get back out as much as possible. Rio is trying to go in for that peak, but already all of the members from the side of Noble Esports, they're just going to be gathering up around him, and it's going to be Trist with that operator. Tries to go for the shot on the Sami, but it's not going to be enough as it does not connect. And ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be an 8-9 scoreline for the side of Noble Esports. They are looking so dominant right now as they've already found the attack patterns of Reckoning Esports.
You have to wonder why Reckoning Esports decide to go back towards that attacking operator, because while we all know Ayan's proficiency with the operator, bind very much a map, when you don't have that flash, you have to try and facilitate the form Razor is in, and that form can be facilitated with fast site executes. That's how they were able to pick up the round when they went for those really quick site executes, and the fact that they go back to the operator one more this round might just end up costing them. Sahil dash out of the way, Razor barely surviving with 3 HP will mean that he can throw out the grenade and his boombot and start to push in towards the hookah angle. Now Reckoning, all of 4 of them going towards that side, but Rexy with that shock dart able to take down the 3 HP Razor and secure the man advantage for Noble. The dark cover will come out as they look to deny this B push, and Sai holding down with his own operator towards the hookah. It might be time for Reckoning to re-evaluate this B push and go for the rotation. They don't have to do it just yet though. They have over a minute on the clock, so they can just wait it out, wait for Sai to be able to find a pick, but instead it's going to be Ayan. Ayan with the operator. Scratch me wrong, Ayan making that attacking operator work and finding the return kill onto Sai to make it even Stevens in terms of the agents in this round.
That was a beautiful play coming out from the side of Reckoning to get that pick off onto Ayan, but Rio keeps trying to go in for attack onto one of the members from the side of Noble, but they're not going to be giving anything encouragement. Noble dodge it out. Rexy knows for a fact where the plant is going to be going to. The plant at the bare minimum has gone down. The paranoid does connect from the side of Triss to delay the push for just a little while longer. The only ultimate is probably going to be used from the side of Noble, and yes, he does use it to try and get a little bit more information, but Ayan, he gets a kill onto Harsh. Triss gets another kill onto Rexy, but Hika, he gets a kill onto his own clone. He's going to be evening up the playing field just a little bit more, but with the info character still being alive for the side of Noble Esports and for the side of Reckoning Esports, they have all of the advantages in the entire world. They does for Sami. It's going to be Rio going in for the spray. It's not going to be enough. Ayan going in for the Blade Storm. He's an absolute lad. He tries to glue it for as long as he can, but will there be enough time to go in for this defuse? Oh, there is
barely enough time. 3 seconds left for Hika to be able to pull it out. Hika with the mad plays, finding in that 2v2 situation the first kill onto Rio, and then pulling out his classic to get the triple kill burst onto Ayan. Ayan did his very best with the Blade Storm, was able to deny the initial defuse from Sami, but Hika coming up huge for Noble, able to secure their 10 points in this map. Double digits for Noble Esports as they look to push in further and take control of their destiny. Look to push in towards the grand finals. For the side of Reckoning, they're once again going to go back to the operator and instead going to choose to let a couple members pick up the Spectre and the Bulldog because of it. I'm curious to see how this ends up working out, because Sai, he's adopting, now that he knows that the operator for Ayan, very much a threat, he's adopting a very defensive position with the operator, choosing to hold it down in the A side from heaven. And what this means is that when the operator is in the A heaven, you can choose to stack 3-man stack that B side, and this becomes an increasingly difficult side to penetrate on both angles, because if you go towards the A side push, you have to face down the operator for Sai. If you go for the B side push, there's a Cypher waiting in the shadows. But Reckoning, they're gonna do neither. They're looking for picks on multiple angles. 2 members towards the B side, 3 members towards the A. But now with a bunch of noise made towards the B, forcing out the rotations from Noble, they're going to go back towards that A side. All 5 members rotating to A. Reckoning choosing to go towards that A. I expect the Heaven Smoke to come out to start it all off.
Even if the heaven smoke does come through, already the rotations are going to be coming back, and Sai is one of those
30
dangerous
seconds
players with the
left.
operator that is going to be hurting him a lot. Sai going in for the pre-fire pick, he's not going to be able to hit that shot, but Hika, he's going to be the first one to get a singular kill on the back end. Sai playing it smart, he's not really pushing up
Spike
aggressively whatsoever. They do have that man advantage on their side going into this post plant, so they're going to be holding strong as of right now. Hika though slowly pushing his way and making his way up, but it's gonna be Ion Q with that shot from the back end. He's gonna be able to find one. Rio gets one from the side of the Hirsch as well. Lexi going in for the tray. He's gonna be able to take one on the BRZ. Lexi with the trade rather. He's gonna get Trist as well. Sami from the back end. He's gonna be able to find another one. Ion gets that secondary kill with the operator. He's the only one remaining, and he needs to try and get these kills, but it's not gonna be enough. As Sami, he does the jiggle, he does the headshot, he does it all, and he's gonna protect his teammate down to his last dying breath. As he gets that kill onto Ion and takes the operator away from his hands. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be 11 rounds on the board for the side of Noble Esports. And they're looking to close out this map and go into the grand finals.
Watching here.
How did Rexy survive right there? I
Watching
understand
here.
the first kill he gets,
Watching
but this
here.
spray transfer, the flick with that Phantom to pick up the double, Rexy turning the tables onto Reckoning to pick up that round for Noble Esports. Huge plays by Rexy, and you can see that on the scorecard. 19 kills
Deploying
for Sai,
drone.
but Rexy not too far behind with 17 of his own. Coming up huge for Noble Esports, and now they're looking for that aggressive push down a bit long. The recon drone going through the TP will not spot out anyone towards the showers, and that means they have the information that it's very likely that multiple members of Reckoning towards this B site in itself. And that's exactly what it is, because with all members of Reckoning towards this B site, the pain grenade coming out, they're going for the B site execute. With the dark covers coming out from this, it will be right now. Rexy will be able to find the first kill onto a jumping in Razor, and now Noble Esports holding it down strong, preventing Reckoning from getting in, but Rio will make the first gap in the defense, able to find the kill onto Rexy, and they're able to find the first kill onto Rush and make it 4v4. Now with the Cypher down, that means the trap wires are down as well. That means the site completely open for Reckoning to take control. It's going to be up to Noble in this 4v4 to go for the retake.
Wanting to do what they can, but at the same time, this is going to be really difficult as well. As Rexy does get spotted up by one, it's going to be Chris getting that initial kill off. Sami gets one onto Ion, but BRZ answers back on the side as well from the back end. The side has been taken over entirely. It's going to be BRZ going in for the back lane. He's going to be jiggling out left, right, and center. He's going to be trying to find it all, but still, it's going to be Sami going up against the entire world, and pros do not fake. He goes in for the half defuse, and he's going to be able to get off at the bare minimum. If he gets off right now, he's not going to have enough time to go in for the defuse. There's only a couple of seconds left on the clock, and Noble Esports, they take it away to match point! Reckoning Esports, Sami! You played that down to
Match
the T!
point.
You played it down to the exact same second! He has absolute will of steel, ladies and gentlemen. He's holding down the fort. And Sami, the latest addition to this Noble roster, is just playing absolutely beautifully.
Sami shows exactly why you put him on the arena, and I'm sorry if I got a little too excited there, but I don't understand how Sami able to pick up that 4K. The aim on point for this young prodigy from Bangladesh. Sami able to pick up that match point for Noble Esports, and now Noble looking to push in further at being now finding the first kill. Rio able to answer back, but Rexy with another. Remember, the gun advantage for Noble Esports because the eco hurting for Reckoning. Can Noble push through to the grand finals? They already have the man advantage. Now Trist, he's gonna back up with the shouted step, reposition himself as Reckoning. They look to go for that rotate. You can see a Bulldog and a Spectre. Noble definitely with the much better guns. It's gonna be up to Hush by his lonesome, using his utility to hold down this site now. Hush, very much defensive camera positioning, likes to just wait it out in the shadows, will tag out this opposing Cypher and BRZ, will give up the site and wait for his team to come in, understanding that, hey, we have a man advantage and we can easily play for the retake. Now the Hunter's Fury coming out from Rexy, will look to deny the plant though, gets a couple tags, will not get the kills. Instead it'll be Hush getting the kill, and now that he knows exactly where they are, it will be Noble going for the retake. BRZ will find the first kill, Sai able to return it 3v1, can Chris find the miracle, will find one, but Sami will clean it out. Noble onto the grand finals.
Noble, Noble, Noble. This is a well-deserved game coming out from them, and every single one of the members played down to their heart's like they dug in deep. Every single emotion, every single movement was channeling all of their emotions to win, to fight, to go into the grand finals, to get that win. And will it be coming up is the real question, because think of it like this is Noble versus Velocity, one of those matchups that we've been wanting to see for a really long time. Will the Nobles actually be able to dethrone the Kings this time around? That is the real question, CA.
That definitely is for Noble. For now, they're going to be happy with the fact that they're able to make their way onto the grand finals. Third place position in Series 2, and now improving upon that to get secure themselves at least a top 2 position, maybe even take down Velocity to become the champions themselves. I'm sure that matchup will be really close. But for now, we have to give props to both of these teams for what was an amazing series, and we'll take a second to look back onto this map and the entire series with the Relive the Moment brought to you by Ideapad Gaming 3 Notebook, powered by Ryzen 4000 series processors, perfect for gaming and multitasking. Now, Aggressive, I'm just gonna take a breath and recollect exactly what happened through this entire series. Reckoning came onto it with every cylinder firing, coming out extremely strong and dominating in map 1 on Ascent. But the way Noble able to recollect, it really speaks to their journey throughout this series 4. They've come through the lower bracket. Initially, Sai was not able to participate with the team because he was not feeling well, and that is what basically had ended up forcing them to the lower bracket. But the way they're able to fight through the lower bracket, find their way now into the grand finals, is a story for everybody to be inspired from. Sai, particularly, he's a player to keep your eye on, because the way he was able to completely dominate in this map 3, make the mind games and the calls happen, that's extremely scary and the perfect match for going up against a team like Velocity. But props to be given to Reckoning Esports. All the way through the upper bracket, they faced down the best of the best. In their only second series in this tournament, they're going to improve their finish from 5th place to now a 3rd place finish. Reckoning Esports, they're the team to keep your eye on as they look to fulfill their utmost potential. Man, oh man, am I so hyped from this matchup.
This matchup just goes to show the blood, sweat, and tears that both of these teams have. Both of these teams have like practiced and incorporated into their own playstyle. Reckoning, they put up an amazing fight. No way, shape, or form was this a one-sided game. Even if the score says it was an 8 and 13, all of these teams, like, the rounds were so close. It came down to the wire, to the last 3 seconds, and the heroics of one player. Like, all of these teams, like all of their members are just so amazing, but there are small mistakes that the other were able to capitalize on, and Noble, being a much more disciplined team compared to the side of Reckoning Esports, were able to come out on top in these engagements. But Reckoning, they're getting better and better and better as every single series passes by. And already we saw Reckoning move from a top 8 finish down to the top 3. That is just absolutely incredible.
Reckoning, the way they're able to continuously just sort of make their mark on this tournament makes them a team to remember for future iterations. But Noble Esports, they're the winner of this series. They're the team that was able to pull off a reverse sweep in a fashion where many would have thought simply not possible, because given the way Reckoning was dominating in map 1, many could have thought it was done and dusted. But Noble, remember them. They're not a team to count out. From your 18 to 16 overtime comeback to now this reverse sweep, including a 15 to 13 overtime comeback, Noble Esports, they proved that they've got the mental fortitude to be the champions, and now they're going to go into the grand finals to try and become that themselves. That was an exhilarating series between both of these teams, and that's not even all for the day. We have the grand finals coming up for you guys, so make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell to make sure you're able to get the update as to when the Velocity versus Noble Esports stream will start. I know every single one of you is excited for that, so am I, and I can't wait for it to happen. For now, though, we're going to take a small break, rest our voices, as well as give some rest to the players of Noble Esports. Get ready for the next match coming up, which will be the grand finals. In the meantime, you can check out the links in the description below for some amazing sales and discounts for you to pick up some peripherals for yourselves. Also, make sure to like, and follow our social media to show your support for these amazing tournaments. We're soon approaching Series 5, the end of this Challenger Series franchise, and a chance for really the teams to make their mark on that Series 5. So if you have that team ready to go, make sure you go down and register below. Even if you don't, you can go check out our Discord server and try to find a team for yourself. For now, we're going to take a small break and we'll see you back with the grand finals in the LG Ultragear TEC Challenger Series 4, powered by Ideapad Gaming and AMD.
I'm running out of time, every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under